Welcome in, everyone. Welcome to Love to Travel with Wave. Yes. Oh my God. Happy Mother's Day to everyone. Hope you guys had a great Mother's Day, of course. Yes, it's been terrific for me. I actually did not come on live earlier today with tea time. I kind of took a break, kind of spent some time around the house and just kind of, just took care of business, you know what I'm saying? Hi, good evening. How are you? Welcome in. I see you peeping. I see you want to say something. Come on in. Don't be shy. Yes, this is Love to Travel with Wave. And, I just said, let's just come on for a minute. Let's see what everybody was doing today. How did you spend your Mother's Day? What is something special happened to you today? Of course. Yes. Oh, yeah, it's me, live and direct in person. I don't know, my dress is showing blue, but actually, it's green. Maybe because maybe I changed the backgrounds or something. I don't know. Well, I had a terrific day this morning. I kind of woke up. Yes, I woke up and I started cleaning, doing a little spring cleaning and all of that. And then after that, me and mom kind of rested and just, decided I was going to take my mom to lunch. And my sister sent my mom some beautiful, beautiful flowers. I also sent my mom some roses. I will tell you about those roses later on. And then my niece and nephew sent my mom a beautiful arrangement of fruits, chocolate covered strawberries and pineapples and all that stuff. What did you guys get for Mother's Day? I just got love. That's what I got. I got the love of my mom, and that was one of the most precious gifts that anyone can give anyone, of course. Yes. So I decided, hey, I just want to hang out with you guys for a few minutes. Hi, Steve Gilmore. How are you? Checking in. Peace and blessing. Happy Mother's Day to you. Thank you so much, my brother. Um, there's Shawnee. She's popped in. What time is it in Florida? 8 p.m. That's Ghana time, Shawnee. It's actually 10:05 here. Hope you had a wonderful day. Of course, I had a spectacular day, actually. I got to spend it with the most important person in my life, which is my mom, of course, the person that means the world to me. And it was quite wonderful. We went to a beautiful, beautiful Thai restaurant. It's called Thai House 2. It's in the North Miami Beach area. If you go to my shorts video, you will see that actually, you know, I showed you the food, the ambience, and everything like that. Yeah. So, and actually, there was this, I wanted some wine. I actually wanted some rose wine, something with a little sweetness. And the waiter offered, I like when waiters know their wine and they know their food. And, it's just, you interact so much better with your customers, your guests. Yeah, it's it's 10 p.m. in Baltimore. Exactly, Steve. Yeah, so he told me about this local Thai wine, which is actually they call it palm wine. So I got excited. I thought it was the palm wine from Ghana, but it was actually a Thailand. It's wine from Thailand, and I tried it, and let me tell you, it was delicious. I love it. Embry family, how are you? Oh my God! Please tell your wife happy, happy Mother's Day. Yes, good to see you guys here. Yes, Shawnee, would you like to join me? Yes, come on up. Let's do this. if you would like to join me, please do so. Yeah, so I actually went to this restaurant. I had some salmon with some jasmine rice, and I had some steamed vegetables, some broccoli with carrots. Oh, it's Janetta. Oh my God, you guys need to like have like when they used to do like thing one and thing two, like so I'll know what exactly. Hi, Janetta. How are you doing? I hope they treat you like royalty today. I hope you guys have a video, every family, so I can see what's going on for Mother's Day, because I know you guys always go out, or your husband always cooks. And his food be looking good. Yes, his food looks good. Yes, very good. So we go to this wonderful, wonderful Thai restaurant, and mom had like, this seafood medley fried rice. It had like crabs, and it had pork, it had shrimp, chicken, and I mean, she loved it actually. Yeah, she really, really loved it. So it was very eventful, and I really loved it. Yes, and we got dolled up, we got dressed up. So I'm gonna be posting some of the pictures tomorrow on my community tab. If you haven't been to my community tab, you haven't been anywhere, honey. It's gotten better and better and better. It's just fabulous information, great stuff, great pics. We got the polls going on. Talking about the polls, I was asking a lot of the mothers today on Love to Travel with Wave, like, what was some of the most memorable moments, being a mother, like, just in terms of taking care of your children and stuff like that. Let me get in there. I'll tell you what some of the mothers were saying and what the polls were saying on the community tab. Let me get in there. I'm going to use my cell phone. So I said, what is the best memory being a mother? So one of it was hugs from your kids. 40% of you said that was, the most memorable thing, that, also calling you mama for the first time, because sometimes when you have the kids, the first thing that they say is dada, dada, and then you're like, no, mama, I want you to say mama. And then when they say mama, it's like, it melts your heart, so that it was one of the things. um, Enjoying the first 2 years of motherhood. A lot of people didn't vote on that. I guess they didn't enjoy those first 2 years. I don't know. The baby's first walk. 20% of you guys said, you really, really enjoyed that experience. And pretty much that's what people were saying, like they enjoyed the first hugs, the first time they said mama, mama. Okay, and also the first walk. So every family is saying we had 2-day Mother's Day. Yesterday he took me out to eat and gave me gifts. Oh, that is so nice. And today he cooked at home and I received more gifts. Yes, he showed out. Of course, he is, you know, the dad of the year. So I can't wait what you guys are going to be doing for him for Father's Day. Guys, Father's Day is coming, you know what I'm saying? So let's welcome Steve Gilmore, Party of One TV, and Embry family is here with us, And also, I had a pick of the day on my community tab. Make sure you check it out. And we also feature a lot of content creators who are subscribers to Love to Travel with Wave. We do go ahead and put your channel on our community tab because we sharing is caring, of course. Yes, we like to share the spotlight, here in Love to Travel with Wave. Absolutely. And after I ate all that food at the Thai restaurant, and we took an Uber home, and then I took I put on something a little bit more comfortable. I fell asleep. Yeah, boy, Smooth. Hey, how you doing? How are you? How's everything? How's your day going? So there is someone in the guest area, and should I let her in? Because she's wearing a yellow jumpsuit and and she has a blue hat on. Can you guess who it is? Let's see. Yeah, she's waiting. Her hands is underneath her chin, and she is just there. Oh, she's rolling her eyes. Oh my God. Hi, Shadi.
You don't say your rump too much. Every time I come on here, you love rump.
Yes, because yes, because I think it's kind of funny watching you.
I'm so cold.
You're cold. Oh my
I
God.
am. So like I'm
And it's
here.
and in Miami, it feels like 85 degrees right now. And today was like 90. Hey, House of X, how you guys doing?
That's all
Oh,
you do is boast about how Miami has amazing weather and
we
Miami
have
is
so much
this.
amazing weather. Oh my God, it is so amazing.
My feet are cold. Listen, if your feet are cold, it doesn't matter the rest of your body.
Yeah.
If your feet or your head is cold, it doesn't matter.
Every family is saying hello to you,
Hi,
Shawnee.
Embry family.
Yes. It's
Sorry,
Janetta.
guys. I'm just
It's not
cold.
TJ.
Cold.
Yeah, so good to have House of X and Emery family here, two of my favorites. Yes.
Happy Mother's Day again, everybody. I
Yeah.
said it last night, but some of you guys probably weren't here.
Yes. Happy Mother's Day, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed your day. I know House of X. I called last night, and there was a reason why I called. In a sense, I wanted to catch up, but also because I know I was going to be Mother's Day, and I know some people that your moms are not here physically with you, but spiritually they are there. They're there with you each and every day, of course. So that was one of the reasons why I called you, Watson, because I thought about you, and I know you probably with your mom not being here, but hey, guess what, she is with you spiritually. All right, so I just wanted to say that to you tonight, of course. So what's going on besides you talking to me today? What else have you been up to?
I was watching a movie. It was
What movie
boring.
did you watch?
Some movie called Ambulance. Hi, SA.
Hi, Essay. How are you?
Hi, Janine.
Janine, happy Mother's Day. Yeah, so yeah. I just, you know what I've been doing since I got off talking to you? I actually went on YouTube and I was just like, surfing through the different channels and just visiting everybody. It almost felt like Christmas, like you're going from house to house, that kind of thing. Yeah. Janine, you are a mother. We all mothers. Believe it or not, we are mothers. There in some form or shape you have
That's
influenced
true.
some child, you have shown love towards some other person's child. You know, we are naturally mothers. We nurture each other, we nurture the world. So we are mothers. You are a mother, Janine. SA says, I'm doing good. How are you, Shawnee and Love? I'm great.
I'm good.
She's cold though. She's freezing. Her foot is cold. I don't understand this. I thought this was like May. You guys are supposed to be like in the about
I
75.
don't want to hear anything from anybody who lives in Florida, honestly. I don't. Y'all
Oh,
don't know cold weather. I don't want to hear nothing from y'all.
well, since nobody wants to hear anything about Florida, we had a beautiful day today. It was actually in the 90s, and we turned on the AC. It was bright, and It was beautiful. Me and my mom wore these beautiful sundresses. We went to,
Guys, she
yeah,
knows I had to turn on my heat.
yes, we turned
And she's
on our
telling me how she
AC.
turned on AC. You see this type of
Yes,
hmm.
and we had a nice cold drink today.
Hi Shy. Happy
Hi,
Mother's Day,
Shai.
everybody.
How are you? Happy Mother's Day. You know, see, Janine, I help raise my niece and nephew. You're a mother, my darling. Yes, yes. As I say, I am a mother of my buffalo named Nuna Grace. SA, you are true.
SA
Oh,
saying I look yellowish. SA, I'm cold.
yeah, she's cold. Can you guys? I think I need to like put some heat in a box and FedEx it to her. Some heat, some Miami heat. Okay.
I don't want no fake heat.
No, that ain't no fake heat, honey. That's the real deal. Yeah, we got heat. We got a lot of heat down here. Janine says, "Hi, Embry family. Shy, hey, how you doing? How was your day, love?" Janine said it was 100 today in Texas. Yesterday it was 104. Too hot to go outside. Can we just think? Okay, Janine, can I take 25% of that and you send your 25% to Shawnee right now? Because
Y'all are so annoying talking about your
the
nice
feet
weather
are
where you
so,
guys are.
oh my God, the weather was so beautiful. It was a great day to go to the
Oh
beach.
my
Oh my
gosh,
God, it
no
was,
one cares that everyone had amazing
someone
weather.
cares. Someone
It's
around the
freezing
world
here.
cares.
We don't care in Philly. We don't care.
Oh yes, we care. Shy, Sarah Vogs, your packing will ship by Monday. Okay, Shy, what did you order? Yes, I
SA
can.
said I'm looking yellowish.
Yes, she has a yellow shirt on. Yeah.
Guys, I'm in my yellow sweater.
Shy says I'm only a cat mom. Well, happy cat mom day. Yes.
I'm in Philly.
You see?
It's not really cold, but it's cold because like I had expressed the wave that my feet are freezing. So like the rest of my body is not cold, but once your feet are cold, everywhere else is cold.
So Emery family
But it
was
is about 70 degrees, like
Emery
low 70s,
family wants
60s.
to know where you at, Shawnee. Why you're so cold?
Yeah, I told them just now.
Oh, Philadelphia.
Hmm.
Yeah. Shy says it's 50 degrees here.
Yeah,
It's
it's probably something like that outside, but because I had on the heat, it's a little bit warmer in here, but it's
okay.
probably 50 something outside.
So why don't you put on that light you have, that strobe light?
You don't see it in my face?
No, no,
You don't see it?
no.
You don't see that?
I see something, but it's. I like to see that when it's like real. Yeah, no, I see it.
It's
Yeah.
on.
Oh wow, that is super cool. I love that light. Every time you do that, I'm like, wait.
What color you want me to put it on?
I like blue. I really like
Oh,
blue.
this on blue.
Also, House of X, thank you so much. Your I got a little note from your cousin. Yeah, thank you for that. Playing that. That thing, that list. Thanks. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you for the
See,
support.
there's this blue. It made me darker.
Yeah. So you have the heat on. You should be warm.
My feet are freezing. I'm not cold anywhere else. My feet.
Do you have socks on?
Yes, I have on socks. Wave.
You need two pair of socks.
Huh?
You need two pair of socks. Maybe that's what you need.
Yeah, I
But
have on
I'm
like these
sorry, but
Viking
I'm
socks.
sorry, but I'm sorry that it is warm and nice here. I got my dress on, I don't have to, wear nothing like that and stuff. And tomorrow I'm going to take a nice brisk walk. It's going to be beautiful. The breeze is going to be
I
blowing.
hope.
And we're going to Publix tomorrow. We have to get some stuff. Yes.
I hope a lizard or whatever those things are called jumps in your way.
Oh my
What are they called again, guys?
I
The ones in
rebuke
Florida?
you in the name of the
They're
Creator.
not lizard guys. They're very big ones that run around. What are they called again in Florida?
Oh, iguanas.
I hope one jumps on you tomorrow.
I am not scared of iguanas because Watson can tell you in the Virgin Islands, we're so used to them. They come
I
in the
don't
house.
care. I hope
No.
a bunch of geese, seagulls, and iguanas jump on you
Oh
tomorrow,
my
and you'll
God.
never want to go walk outside again.
I thought you were my friend. Oh my God. I feel, no, this is not good. This is not good. This is not, oh my God. Oh, how could you? Well, I hope that you get 20 degrees
Feels like it. So
and
we're
it
on our
snows
way.
and it snows. But I like,
No, now you doing the most. Talking about Anna Snows. Now you doing the most.
well, you,
No, I rebuke it. I rebuke it, Jesus. In Jesus' name, I rebuke it
oh
because she's
Lord,
doing it.
not Jesus.
I'm not
Shawnee over
summoning
here.
animal. Girl, that's what they have in Florida. Florida is like Australia.
Oh,
Shy, tell me I'm lying. Florida is like Australia with all them animals.
what Shawnee does not know is that iguanas do not frighten me because I grew up in the Virgin Islands and we are known to have iguanas. We could be sitting in a restaurant and iguanas are crossing the streets and they're actually coming into the restaurants.
I
Yeah,
hope you leave your lunch outside and one snatches your lunch tomorrow from you.
it's okay. I'll just buy another one.
And then I hope an alligator is in front of the shop so you can't go inside and buy another one.
Oh my God. Not an, well, an alligator. That's if I go to the Everglades again. If you ever checked out my video,
I saw it.
yeah, I did not. I was like on the boat. I'm like, Lord Jesus, if one of those alligators or crocodiles, whew, I can't swim. Lord help me. Yeah. So did you end up cooking your rice and stuff?
Yeah, I did. I was so hungry. Oh my gosh.
I almost cooked some more jasmine rice. Actually,
That's
I
the only rice I eat is jasmine. I tried basmati like one time. I don't really like it. To me, it's not I prefer jasmine rice. It's just nicer and it just the texture.
yeah, and it cooks. It's very easy to cook.
Mhm.
Yeah, because usually my jasmine rice, I just pour some water or some salt, and then I wash my rice and I put it in there, and then I just steam it. And
Mm.
I put it, I bring it to a boil, and then I I put the fire down low, and I cover it, and I just steam it. Hey, Zenobia,
Zenobia, hi.
happy
Happy Mother's
Mother's
Day.
Day! Happy Mother's Day! How you doing? I hope you're not cold, Synovia, because I heard through the grapevine that somebody's cold. Their feet is freezing, and they're hating, and they're sending animals to Miami to devour my food.
I can't
Yeah.
stand what's already there.
Yes. Okay. So there's someone actually, hating on Miami. I'm listening. I keep my door open. Anybody can come if he or she wish to. Okay, say. So that you live in a pretty safe town. That's great.
What I was gonna say, like I like parboiled rice only if you're making like rice and peas.
I don't like parboiled rice.
That's the only time I like it with rice and peas, but I won't eat it by itself. I don't like brown rice because brown. Yeah, you
I
ever
cook
try
a
to pick
good.
out?
I cook a
You know
good
they have
brown.
brown jasmine rice.
What?
Brown jasmine rice.
Yeah, 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 yeah. They do.
I never tried it though.
I cook brown rice, and my mom doesn't like brown rice, but I cook it,
First of
and
all, you have to sit there for 30 minutes picking through the rice.
you clean it properly.
Yeah, for about 30 minutes. You can never be hungry and cook brown rice.
Yeah, but I cook brown rice, and I like it. I actually cook
I
it with
prefer
beef.
parboiled.
Yeah, I cook it with. I don't like parboil. I just something about that rice. It just doesn't taste good.
I said I only like rice and peas,
Yeah.
but you know.
Happy Mommy's Days to you, Wave, and to everyone in the chat. Happy day to you, Shawnee. Yeah, Synovia. So, how did you spend your day, Synovia? Yeah, so I don't like parboiled rice, but some people love it, but I don't. When I do my rice and peas, I usually cook it with jasmine rice.
Or regular long grain
Yes.
rice works with it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And stuff. Yeah. So tomorrow morning I'm going to the grocery store because I practically don't have anything in the refrigerator. I do have a lot of vegetables. I have fish and all that, but I need like, other stuff. You could make it.
Howdy, Pharaoh.
Uh,
Howdy.
hey, Pharaoh, how you doing? Yes, how are you? I hope you had a terrific Sunday. Yes. So I need to go and buy some other stuff, because this week I really, really I'm doing this budget thing. So I'm bringing my food. Yeah, I need to kind of like save steady for a whole year, so it's a good thing. Goals, goals, goals. I just enjoyed the love poured on me today. Oh, that's nice. Yeah. I enjoyed giving the love today to my mom. That was very, very special. So it made me feel loved too. Yes. And she really appreciated everything. I mean, she got flowers, she got a fruit basket. I took her to lunch, and tomorrow I'm going to get her feet done, her nails done, and stuff. Just a little pampering for 2 days. Oh, what I did today. I went to a Thai restaurant. I actually did.
I went to a Thai restaurant in 90-degree weather and enjoyed every bit
Oh,
of
it
it.
was just beautiful. I had my
And we sat outside and enjoyed the
did
sun
I
rays,
say
and it
that
was
my
beaming, and it gave
glasses
me a nice
did I
suntan.
did I say that my glasses turns to shades and I just look extra
And
extra.
I just felt so good, and I wore my sunblock.
No, I wear shea butter.
Whatever.
Yes. You know
Whatever.
that yeah, 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 yeah. You know. I wish I could send you some of that heat, sweetie. The natural Miami heat.
I'm a hater, y'all, and I don't care.
Shawnee, Synovia is asking if you showed any love today.
No. No.
Yeah, she showed me love.
I showed several people love
Yeah,
today,
she
but
did show. She did call me and she showed me a lot of love. You know.
first of all, guys, I called Wave, and she's like, yes.
Do you believe her?
Y'all, she be having attitudes with me. Like, me and Wave gonna get into it one day because she be having attitudes with me. I call her and I'm like, hi, Wave. What?
Lord God. Ah, I need my lawyer. I need my lawyer Chris right now to review the tapes.
Guys,
Tell
you ever spoke to Wave? You ever talked to her on the phone? You know what I'm talking about.
Oh my
Woman, you know
God.
what? She treat me bad. I don't know what her problem is. Every time I call her, she have attitude. And then when I ask her a question, she don't want to answer the question. Me no know. And then she come on there and act like what I'm saying is a surprise.
Oh my God.
I said, Happy Mother's Day. Thanks.
Oh my God. Oh my God. She just, oh Lord, she's too much. Farah
Guys,
says, I
Wave
go
is
to the
sometime
food
being
bank
crazy.
for help save on food. Not always what I want, but it helps with some essentials like canned food, beans, and rice. Okay. I know there's this guy that comes at work sometimes. He brings us a lot of baked goods, and a lot of the employees take advantage of that. Like sometimes Publix, they will have stuff that maybe it's going to expire in 2 weeks or something.
That's
And
such a good idea to actually start donating to the food bank at least once a month.
yeah, because there are people, they can't afford a lot of
Yeah, I
things.
didn't think of that. Like maybe once a month buy like allocate money and once a month to like buy stuff and donate it. I never really thought about that. I mean, again, you don't think about things because it may not.
Yeah.
I volunteered before several times, but I never thought, it saves on essential like canned food, beans, and rice. It'd be nice to donate like stuff. I have to find a food bank near me.
You know what
Even
they
if
do
I,
at my
hmm?
job? What they do, we have something called a pantry. So what they do is they buy like crackers and tuna and different things and soups and everything, and they put it like in the pantry. So like employees, like if you can afford to go and buy lunch today, at least you can have something to eat. And I think that's like such a great idea. But sometimes there are some people, they just raid the pantry, and then the person who really wants something to eat, never like kind of get something, and that's sad.
It's saying specifically food banks can often need items like soup. Well, these are all canned soup, fruit, vegetables, stew, fish, beans. And then it says pasta, rice.
So Zenobia says Shawnee is mocking Wave. I,
Guys, it's
I know,
her.
I know you guys will see it. I know. Tell the truth. Tell the truth.
Oh, it said you can find food banks near you to donate.
And then Shy say no. And then Pharaoh says, review the tapes. Yeah. I had my lawyers review the tapes last time, and they found no evidence,
Guys,
no
she's a liar.
sign of evidence. She says I was threatening her to play my playlist, and when he reviewed it, let me tell you, there was no such evidence. So therefore, I won my case.
Guys,
Okay,
she's
thank you.
lying.
Zenobia said, y'all making me laugh.
Oh, there's this one near me. Sorry, I keep talking about it. it's
You're
called
looking
Phil.
into it?
It's called Phil Abundance, and then it talks about donate food. Um, a one-time donor.
That's a nice thing to do, though.
It
That's a,
says that you can donations under £500.
so then you would have to get a group of people. You guys would have to get together, and you all can donate.
Oh, I was thinking of just doing it by myself.
Okay, that's a nice thing. Like Zenobia say, that's a nice thing to do, Shawnee.
Yeah.
And
Um,
Pharaoh is saying it helps most churches need the assistance too. Yeah, because my mom's friend, they used to go to Publix, and Publix would give them so much items, and then it would help a lot of churchgoers, people in the community, and stuff like that. Yes, Pharaoh. Yeah, information man has trained me well. He say, tell the truth, tell the truth. Yes, Zenobia says, Wave, I like those earrings. Yes, Ghana, honey, Ghana, Ghana.
yeah, no, that's a nice thing to do.
Yes, it is, Shawnee.
Because you can buy, even if it's $50 a month, I'm just thinking out loud. You can buy a lot of canned goods for that. Like,
Yeah, I remember when actually we have a nonprofit group. It's me and my girlfriend, and it's called People for a Better Community. And what we used to do when we first started, we used to like help single mothers with groceries. So there was actually a single mom, and she had 7 children at that time, and her husband. But they were very young. They were like in their 20s, and they had 7 kids. So we
hmm
would bring them like groceries. Every 2 weeks, we would shop grocery and bring it to them to make sure that the kids get, a balanced meal and so forth. And, we did it for years, and it helped them a lot. Yes.
Well, this one is saying you can also donate a month time, but I would rather buy the food and know that my money is being, like I actually bought the food. Cause like, not saying that they would do anything with my money, but I just kind of feel like
So do you feel like, I know some people feel like, like when you're doing charity work,
you should actually do it.
yes, you should do it yourself. You should
Yeah,
actually
not
go.
take the easy road and go.
Yeah,
I'll pay monthly. That's my good
yeah,
deed.
yes. Some people, what they do is they buy the goods and they bring it and they donate it. And that's one of the things that we used to do. Like if we had clothes or anything like that, we would actually pack everything and we'll take it to, to make sure that, the right people, we're handed over to the right people and stuff like that. And when it comes to money, you have to be transparent. Um, what I used to do is like, when I donate the money, I make sure, like, I would send a receipt. They, especially when I send money like for Ghana, to for charity and stuff, because I've been dealing with one charity organization in Ghana. They're very reputable and everything like that. So I would send videos. I would send, the family that we're helping, all the information and stuff like that, because I like to be transparent. Because I don't want people to feel like I collected your money and they don't
Right.
know where it went to. So all those things, accountability is, the thing, the key thing in doing charity. So I think
They
that's
said every $10 you donate helps
uh,
provide enough food for up to 20 meals.
mm-hmm.
I gotta
Yeah.
look into it. I don't just rush into things and just
Yeah,
do.
just do your research and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Essay, I'm trying to figure out what you just said. I am done bath. Okay, you took your bath. Now I get ready and sew makeup. And what is sew makeup? Explain.
Maybe do makeup. I don't know.
I don't know. You wear makeup? I don't know what's going on. Farah says, just choose a place who really give to people. Exactly. Because a lot of times you have these people that say they're giving back to the community, and next thing you know, it's like they don't really give back to the community. And sometimes
Mhm.
you need to go into those places and volunteer, you know, as well, to see how, how the organization, how it works, the operation.
I get one volunteer day a year. Um, and I just things like volunteer. I've done volunteering before,
Mhm,
but when it comes to volunteering, I get excited when I'm with other people. Like it's not like me going out to eat by myself where I enjoy that and that's cool.
mhm.
Like I like actually like the last time I volunteered, I must have been, I don't know, somewhere in my 20s, and we went to a food bank. I believe it was for Christmas or for Christmas or for Thanksgiving. I can't remember, but it was so much fun, and it was just nice helping and setting up and seeing the kids and doing arts and crafts.
Yeah.
It was really nice. And I went with a group of friends. We all went together and we did it. And it's just so much lovelier when you go with groups of people to actually do that, as opposed to let me get up and go volunteer for myself. That's kind of like, it's not an experience. Like if I can go to eat by myself, but volunteering, that's kind of different. You want to try to get other people involved to like, want to be a part of it.
The last group thing that I did actually was in Ghana. That was like last year before I
Hmm.
came back. I did something called Feed the Streets. Actually, it was about, there are people in Ghana that live on the streets. They call them street kids, and
Yeah.
they don't have nowhere to live. A lot of them are refugees from, I forget the country they come from, but they're beautiful children. But it's just that they live on the street. So we were going to a designated area. We cooked like jollof rice, chicken, different things, and we were serving dinner to them and some other things. We spent like maybe about About 3 months organizing it. It was a great turnout. People for a Better Community, we actually sponsored the entire thing. Okay, we were the biggest donor. So it was a young man. He wants to be a pastor, and he also wants to give back to his community, and I guess he wants to save souls and to make them Christians and so forth. And I
Have a
my
good
part,
morning, essay.
yeah, my part about it was is just to help the children.
Yeah.
So I went ahead, and I called a lot of my, I have people that I call here in the U.S. and they donated, and I had to send like photographs, videos. Um, I also did a video also of thanking all the donors and everything like that. So this is something that it shows transparency, and it shows the person where their money went and what we used it for and everything like that. That was the last group thing that I did, and I
Hmm.
do like working in groups because the energy is a little different, the momentum and all of that, and just everyone working together. It makes the project a little easier, and
Yeah.
I really, really enjoyed it. And the kids were very appreciative. The adults were very appreciative, us supplying them dinner that night. SA, good. You're leaving? My sleep was good. My day has just begun now going to school after breakfast. Okay. All right. So you have a wonderful day, SA. Of course, enjoy your day there in Pakistan. Yeah, so giving back to your community is very, very important. A lot of us think that we have to have so much money to help, someone. Look at that. Pharaoh came in, and Shawnee is, thinking about, like donating food, uh,
Um,
or something. Yeah.
honestly, guys, um, sorry, my friend was texting me.
Okay, no problem.
She was texting me. I think I had shared this some weeks ago. When you had, I forgot her name. I don't want to say her name is Karen because I don't think that's it. A lady came on her. She was talking about take the guns off the street with the children or something. You remember
Yeah.
that lady?
Oh, Miss Cat?
Cat. And I had told um you guys that my friend had started like them yang yang bike people. But anyway, I had a friend who I think at the time I had told you guys that she started a like let's chat ladies let's chat group.
Yes, yes, yes. I remember you
Yeah,
mentioned that.
and
Yes.
she was just texting me because like I think it was last week I gave money to her because I was like I love like I love good initiatives. So like when she told me about it, I was like, I'm gonna send you money. Like, I'm gonna donate so you could buy stuff, whatever.
Hmm.
And she was just kind of like giving me updates. Hey, we had it today for Mother's Day. She just had texted me, saying that she had it today and it was so great. And she was like, I can't wait for you to come Jamaica. You would love it, and I can't wait for you to come one of those sessions. But I've
Wow.
just been like trying to tell her like ways to like you know, really make sure it's confidential, give out notebooks to these ladies so that way it's all hair sorry, that's from my sweater in my mouth. This is what I get for being cold. Like what? Um sorry, hold on, because why is this happening? There's like
Uh,
fuzz from my sweater.
So,
All right, I'm good. Yeah, my and she was just sharing, like I was telling her
don't be too loud.
sorry. I was telling her how she needs to get like notebooks so that way everybody can tear out pages out of their notebooks and hand it in so nobody and they all write with the same color pen. Nobody knows who's saying what. And I told her every time you guys discuss a topic, you should shred it up. But like guys, you don't understand. Like when it comes to like like good like not the good neighbor initiative, but just good initiatives. I love those type of things. Like I really
Yeah.
love those type of things. Like they get me going, and just hearing about stuff. I may not always think about them all the time, but like when I do hear it, that stuff gets me. Like I'm a natural giver, so when I hear stuff like that, it
Hmm.
makes me want to jump into it and be like, this is where I need to be given to. I don't need to be given to friends and family who steal stuff and stop talking to you and like get an attitude and be ungrateful. Like I need to help people who's actually really in
Who
need.
really need, yes.
Yeah.
And I'm like that too because like I said, I've been dealing with an organization in Ghana for like 6 years, and this young man has been very transparent. And like he would call me and he would be like, Wave, there's a student, who was last year in at the university, and he can't pay his school fees for the last, whatever. and
Yeah.
and so my first thing is, before I even approach, like, say, someone like Shawnee or anybody that I know, before I even approach any donor, I have to say, well, can you send me his profile? What school does he go
Mhm.
to in Ghana? All that stuff. I do my research. And
You
he
want to make
also,
sure it's going to the right place and the
yes,
right
it's going
thing.
to the right place. So what we do is, then we contact the school, and then he goes personally to the admissions office and he
Yeah.
pays for it. We don't give people the money in their hand. We actually goes to the office, find out, what are their, credentials and all of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's how I help people. And also, I don't like giving people money like that. Um,
Me
like
either, babe. Because I
like
want
for
to make sure.
Yes, I want to make sure that the money is going to be used. And one of the stipulations with my program is, if I help someone and you finish your university and you're into your career, and after a while things are going great, I need you to find someone who, you can also pull up the ladder. That's the only thing I ask of anyone I donate to. I don't need you to praise me or anything like that. I just need you to help the next person. And that is my whole thing when I give back or do anything. And let me tell you, giving back and like in charity, I tell people, you have to know how to beg. I don't mean like, disgracing yourself or anything, but you have to know how to approach people. You have to know how to, you just can't go to someone and say, hey, this person needs to get thing. You need to know how to communicate, and you have to have your facts straight and everything, because people are not just going to give you their money like that.
Hmm.
you know the only reason that people will give me their money, because I've been doing it for a lot of years. And if and I'm like, okay, you can call Shawnee, and Shawnee can is my reference. She can, tell you how I operate if you need a reference. You know what I'm saying? um
Hmm.
I can send you letters, what people have written to me, and stuff. We have a page on Facebook. You can go and see the wonderful things that, we have done in the past, in the Caribbean or in Africa or here in Florida. So, I have a track record. So I think sometimes you have to kind of build that relationship with people. Yes, you
Hmm.
have to be legit, you know?
Um,
Yes, you
you
have to.
know, this was I told you several times I've been trying to go to Ghana, but you know the reason why I haven't gone.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And last year I had bought 46 or 50 coloring books. It was 48 because each coloring book came with 12 and I bought 4. So it
Yeah.
was 48 coloring books and I have them right now in my patio. I bought excuse me. I had bought these bags that were called the passing bag.
Mm-hmm.
Um and let me actually read it to you, but I had to return them because they were so freaking small. Um It was just so small, and it actually was called the giving bag. Sorry, I'm gonna just read it to you guys just so you can
Mm-hmm.
hear how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so the bag says, "This is the gift." Oh my gosh, I can't read this. It's so small. So the bag says, "This giving bag is on a journey. Please help it on its way. Fill it with loving kindness while it's with you on this day. Create a precious
Aw.
memory with your family and your friends. Then pass it on to someone else so the journey never ends." I bought 10 of those bags. Wave, they must have been the size of this.
Wow.
I bought a small one and I bought a large, no, an extra large one, Wave. The extra large must have been the size of this.
Wow.
They were so tiny. I was so disappointed because I'm like, that can't put groceries in a bag for somebody. We didn't
Yeah.
advertise them as grocery bags. That's what the people told me. And I said, okay, now that you have that attitude, I'm going to return them because you're not going to talk to me like that.
Yeah.
Because I just told them I wanted to return because they were small. And I said, I bought them for grocery bags. And then she was like, we didn't advertise it as a grocery bag. Okay, that's not the point. I don't care what you advertise it as. It
Yes.
looks bigger on your pictures. But I was planning to go to Ghana. I was gonna I think for the small bag, I was gonna allocate 400 CDs, and for the large bags, I was gonna give about 700 CDs. And I
Okay.
was gonna just tell people pretty much like you have 400 CDs. No, I was gonna tell people you can fit it. You have $700 or 700 400 CDs, and you can fill up your bag with that amount of money. Let's say if they only spent 150, I was gonna give them the difference just to kind of give back.
Yeah.
Um, and I was even gonna make these T-shirts, and the T-shirts was gonna say "volunteering with my peeps." It was around Easter time. I told you I was going to Ghana in March.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna get T-shirts made and everything, and it was gonna say, volunteering with my peeps. And
So you were hooked up with an organization, or
no,
is this something personal you were going to
it
do?
was me. It was my friend.
Mm-hmm.
He has siblings. So we were gonna make his siblings come help us. We were gonna involve, like I said, his siblings. We were gonna involve friends that we knew in Ghana, and we were all just gonna go to like the busiest markets. And there was a bonus bag. The bonus bag was a large bag, and that one was gonna be, I think I said 1,400. Excuse me, I think 1,400 CDs or something. And I was just gonna fill it up. Like we were not a raffle, but we were gonna do like, oh, talk to people and be like, hey, this is how it goes. And, if you pick this bag, like read the bag to them, tell them the initiative and tell them to pick a index card. And then the index card, it was going to have S for small, large, L for large,
Okay.
and then B for bonus. And whatever bag, whatever index card you pick, that's the bag you get. Um, it never happened.
So you are just going to pick random people.
People who wanted to participate.
Okay. Yeah.
And then, like I said, I had bought coloring books, and I was gonna go to a village of children, and I was gonna go to the market, like the supermarket, and buy a bunch of snacks and drinks and just stuff like that for the kids, and give back to them, filled like backpack filled with stuff, little chalkboards. Like I really wanted to do a whole thing, but I had to return everything.
The only thing I would tell you is that when you're doing charity, I think Synovia can back me up with that. When you're doing charity work in Ghana, the best thing to do is either like your friend, if there is a school, um, you might want to pair up with a school or an organization, because then it becomes a little much easier for you.
I know. Well,
Yeah.
and because I knew customs was gonna try to get me. But
No,
I was gonna have to really know customs was gonna charge me. I They were gonna charge me from seeing all that stuff in the suitcase, and I was gonna buy
no, no,
candy and
trust
everything.
me. They're not telling you, because I personally I have brought things to Ghana for charity. A whole suitcase full of things. And they I go through customs. They don't even open my bag.
Oh, good.
Yes,
But
so don't
again,
worry about that. Yes,
I didn't want to pair with an organization. It's not
yes.
an organization. I've never been to Ghana. How was I going to do that? Yeah, my
No,
friend
no,
lives there.
no. I was just telling you, like, if you planning on doing it, just so it will be a little more, that thing. Like, say for instance, he, like for instance, if I have a friend, like sometimes I have a friend that's in Kumasi. I told you about my friends in
Hmm.
Kumasi. They now have a school. That's a school that they attended, and they also help that school. So now when I go to Ghana, I bring stuff for that school, you know? So when I go over there, I actually meet probably the principal of that school, the kids and everything, and it's given to them right then and there that day. So I don't have to, go around or whatever. Or your friend can also find, like, maybe, like you were saying, you were doing the bags or whatever. You could have found, like, maybe families that that may they know that need help and everything, and they could have, selected those families. They could, the families, you could meet them and find out what their needs or whatever, or talk to them or whatever the case is, and then you donate individually to those families, and stuff. So
Yeah, but no, I hear what you're saying, but that's not what I was going for.
oh, okay,
I wanted to just
yeah,
be, my first time in Ghana. This is what I wanted to do.
okay. But
Um,
for me, it just made life a little easier for me, because when you go to Ghana, it just, for me, that's how it worked. Because when I went to Ghana the first time, actually, and I did charity in Ghana, actually, there was a orphanage in the Tutu area. When you pass Abri and you go further up, you pass the thing. There's a orphanage there, and we all brought school supplies there, and we actually passed, like, a hat, and everybody just put in money in there, and then we donated it to the school, and we took pictures and our videos, because we had people that actually donated from the US, so we had to send those pictures and everything, so they know that we donated the funds to the organization, and it went very, very well.
and
And
just some,
yeah,
and Synovia, just what you said, no third party, go straight to the source.
yes,
That's why my first time in Ghana, I don't know anybody. I wasn't gonna go.
yeah.
I just wanted to do it by myself. I do it myself. I know it's getting, help
Yes,
to
but
people.
it is doing what she's trying to say is, yes, um it is doing it by yourself, but it is also pairing yourself with an organization, but you go straight to the school.
But
You
you
do it.
have to know, and that's what I'm saying. At
Yeah.
first time in Ghana, I would have to take the time and look myself. I'm not going to trust anybody telling me, "Oh,
No,
I know this place" or whatever. But again, it was a
yeah.
spontaneous thing.
No,
I
because
volunteered.
the reason why I said that, because I know you said you have your friend in
I
Ghana,
know, but
and that
again,
person was helping you. So I'm thinking that you have that type of relationship with that person, that
I
you would
want what
trust them
I
enough to do
want.
that.
I don't trust
Okay,
people
I
to
got
like.
you. I got you.
Yeah, I'm very hands on. I don't trust. I
Okay,
can ask somebody, but like I'm very hands on. But I just wanted to show you guys. Oh God, you can't see this.
I can see. I blind.
Oh, hold on. No, it's this.
House of
It's
X, yes, there is an area in Ghana that is called Tutu, and it
Can
was
you guys
very
see this?
interesting that when we got there, that we found this area, and it is named after the same area that is in the Virgin Islands. And for years, people told us in the Virgin Islands that, they were trying to tell us that the name Tutu was part of Danish and stuff like that. No, it isn't. It's an actual African name, and there's a place in Africa named Tutu in actually in Ghana, in the Abri, up in the mountains. Yes. Hi, Lou.
Um,
Welcome. Good night, everyone.
yeah,
Be
this
saying.
picture.
Mhm.
Um, You can't even see it that good. It's so annoying.
I see some people in the streets. That's what I'm seeing,
It's not.
standing around. Yeah. That's
I
what I'm
don't know
seeing.
why you can't see it. It's this stupid glare.
Yeah, there's a glare on it. Do you have the light on? Yeah, but I do see. Yeah, we see it.
It's
Some.
children.
Yes.
This is obviously me right here. I went to a school in Jamaica.
Okay.
And they're all looking at cake right now. Here's the cake. And I went to a school to volunteer and I did like story time with them and
Hmm.
read a story and all that stuff. And I did that because at the time I had a boyfriend and his son went to the school. So it was easy to have that connection on wanting to volunteer. But that was the first time I've ever volunteered. And those kids were so happy. Like they were
It's
happy
a
for the
good
cake.
feeling.
They were
Yes.
so, it was so good just to be there and, take pictures with the kids. And they were like, thank you, Auntie Chantel.
Yes.
um,
It's
but it
a
was so
good
wonderful.
feeling.
And I was like,
Hmm.
huh?
I say it's a very good feeling because the kids, and stuff like that, they're
That was
so
my first time
innocent
doing it though.
and they're beautiful and they show love. Yes.
That was my first time doing it, guys. And I honestly loved, and I said every time I go to like Ghana or Jamaica, well, Jamaica rather, I'm always going to volunteer at a school. I have to, like, I have to make it a point to volunteer and hang with us, the kids, like, and this was a basic school, the little kids age like 3 to 5. It was like a basic school. um but it was so much fun and it was so, all I did was buy a cake for them, and they have like these books where they get donations and they keep notes and
Hmm.
marks of stuff, and I met the principal, I signed my stuff and did all of that. And it was in Spanish Town, Jamaica, but like it was just really nice and it was wholesome. I like stuff like this. Like, I'm telling you guys, like what I show you on here is just pieces of me. Like, I really like doing things that are wholesome.
Yeah. Pharaoh says, "Are you asking me if are you a native to Ghana?" Yes, I reside in Ghana, but right now I'm back in Miami. I'm a resident of Ghana, but I'm actually from the Caribbean. But it's a wonderful place. I mean, Africa on the whole is a wonderful place. I plan to travel to different areas. Yeah, and Shani says, I know. Zenobia says, Shawnee, I know the little ones love you. Of course, the kids are very welcoming in Ghana.
They're so
And
precious.
yeah, they're precious. They give you
It's
that.
adults that be getting on my nerves, no, but like
No,
kids
but
are
they
so
do.
precious.
They give you this unconditional love, you know,
There's the
and stuff
innocence.
like that. Yeah, they're very innocent. Yeah. Let me see. Do y'all do these things in the States as well? Well, honestly, I used to do a lot of volunteering in Miami. I haven't been to Miami. Last year was the first time I came back in 4 years because
Um,
I actually went to I stayed in Miami for 31 years. Then I moved to the Virgin Islands for 4 years. And after that, I went to Ghana. I spent 7 months in Ghana, and I came back here. So I do plan on returning back to the continent. I just don't know when. What part of the islands am I from? I was born in Dominica, and I was raised in the United States Virgin Islands, St. Thomas. Yes, that's where I
um,
was. Yeah.
Pharaoh, I, I'm gonna try to say this the best way that nobody gets offended. Um, I was born here in America. However, I have roots in Jamaica,
Mm-hmm.
and I was raised in Jamaica when I was younger. And I've been going to, I've probably been to Jamaica over 30 times. I've been going since I was a baby. Goodly all over 50 times. I've just been going a lot. Um, I personally, I can do a food bank here. Food bank's cool. However, I don't think that I would ever take the same steps and volunteer and give back to anybody here. Like, and I say this, if I had to choose between Jamaica and America, I'm always choosing Jamaica. Um, and I feel like, not saying there aren't people here that need help, but Jamaica is a place where let America tell it they're a third world country. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like, for me, that's home for me. And for me, it just makes more sense to give back to my people back home, as opposed to like here where you have government services that can probably help you if you really need help. How many of that is on the island of Jamaica? And how many times do kids probably get to enjoy a soda in a country like Ghana or Jamaica? In the US, if a kid doesn't have soda, it's because his parents doesn't want him to have soda. Um, but I think that in other countries things are less accessible. So I personally do not do anything here. I have no interest to do anything here. Um, I was only born here, and again, my parents come from Jamaica, and I was raised in Jamaica. Like I said, I have Jamaican citizenship. Jamaica's home for me, and anything I ever do, it has to be back in Jamaica. If I donate laptops, I would do it back in Jamaica. If anything I do, it has to be in Jamaica. Um, yeah, that's my good example though. I did explain that everywhere has problems, and I did explain that, but here there's more resources. That was the key in what I said. These countries like America and the UK and different countries, there are more resources. That's my answer. It's my answer. And I choose Jamaica over America every single time. And I will continue to. I will continue to give back. And I will continue to help my home country again, because it's like you said, it's more fulfilling for them and me. And I know it's harder there, and I know what my island is like. It's only 3 million people. I know what it's like there. And like I said, there's barely any government offices they can go to for assistance. They don't have EBT or SNAP or whatever. They don't have those kind of things, um it's very rare that you find help for them. So for me, again, it just, I can never do it here. That's why I said I didn't want to offend anybody. I just gave my answer as to why I would never do it here. I'd rather help develop Jamaica and, take care of the youth there. I can give my time. I can give my time here. My time is something I can give. It's still giving back if I give back my time. Financially, Jamaica, I would never spend, I would always try to help back my economy. Like, I'm a descendant of Jamaica, and I feel like if I don't care, who's gonna care? If the people there, don't know how to care, and somebody has to care, somebody has to keep Jamaica going, and things like that. So again, for me, I choose Jamaica every single time. My mom makes jokes and say if Jamaica and America was in war, she know what team I'd be on. And she's absolutely right.
Okay.
So yeah.
I think, like, home is where your heart is. I always say that. Me personally, um, I lived in the Virgin Islands. I lived um, I lived in the country I was born in for a short time, for 7 years. I lived in America, during after 19 or whatever.
Hmm.
I went to Africa and everything. I personally, I'm a community person. So my heart is for my people. It doesn't matter where you come from. If someone needs help, I am definitely going to be there, as long, like I said, I do my research and everything like that. So if Shawnee was to call me and tell me there's a program in Jamaica and blah, 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 and whatnot, I am going to assist. I don't necessarily have to be from Jamaica or live from thing. I just think that I am just a community based person. We all have our different experiences, and I understand her because I have met people like Shawnee. They're dedicated to their country. They you know they help build their communities there, because um, that's what their passion are, and you can't, there's nothing wrong, absolutely nothing wrong with that. Me personally, I am on a different mission. My mission is I want to be in a position where I can help my people globally. And I think that when we are all united globally and we're doing things globally for, it doesn't matter what corner of the earth we're at, but we as Black people, I didn't want to say it, but I'm here to do.
And you know, some people have a
Yeah.
problem with that too, right? People
No,
have a
no,
problem when you
no,
only
I'm
want to
just saying, this is
do
just
for
me.
your people.
No, I'm just saying, just like
Because
you
I
said,
feel that way. Once you're
no,
black, and
no,
that's
I'm
how
just
I feel
saying,
like my
just like
people.
you are
Yeah.
passionate about Jamaica and you want to do things, people are going to have a problem with that, but it's
Mhm.
okay. That's your passion. Me personally, when I look at community service and humanitarian service, I look at it on a global scale, helping my people globally. And that's what, so if I go to live in Senegal, I'm going to be a part of that community and helping them. I'm trying to say, so it's not, and I'm from Dominica. People call me all the time. Yeah, I've had when was it? Last year, somebody called. There were some kids who need some tablets, and we ordered them from Amazon. I got like over 15 people involved, got the tablets, shipped it to whoever. I'm trying to say, so that's that's the level I'm on, so
You
I
know,
yeah.
Safari.
Mhm.
If you guys know the rapper Safari,
Mhm.
he he bought laptops, and he bought tablets and computers and gave back to a school in his parents' hometown in Jamaica.
Mhm.
Again, if I were to live in Jamaica someday, which that will happen, the two parishes I'm going after are my mother and my father's parishes. And not just the parish, the community that my family grew up in, and my mother's went to school and my father went to school. You
Mhm.
guys, listen, let me tell you something. You see, when you love something, you love it with your entire heart.
Mhm.
And I respect Wave for what she's saying. I have not reached that level yet.
Yeah, my love is for my people.
And that's what I'm
And
saying. Like,
yes.
I'm not like a pan African. Like, I'm not. I have, and I'm not saying that in a negative way. I'm just saying that I have
And
all
I
my
have
people.
sorry about that. I live close to a major highway,
That's fine.
But what
No,
I'm
but like
trying to
all I
say,
know is
I
Jamaica.
have not labeled myself as a Pan-Africanist. I when it comes to labels, I really don't get into labels. I I am just Wave, and I'm just doing my part. That's it.
And no, I understand. Like,
Yeah.
again, I understand, and I'm not labeling anyone. I just think that, again, for me, you know, and I've had this conversation with my mother, because it seemed
Yeah.
like the older I got, my mother couldn't understand why I kept going back to Jamaica. Well, what do you mean? Like, you made us go there every summer, every holiday, every year since I was a baby. Just because you decided to give up your citizenship, I guess she felt like, and she didn't understand, I guess, why I kept going back. Again, like, that's all I know. You know, one year I remember my father said to me, this was many years ago, we should start visiting other Caribbean islands, and I told him no. I told him no, not because again, Jamaica's home. And I think I explained this to you, Wave. Every time I leave Jamaica, I have a meltdown at the airport. I think I explained this to you. I don't take it well. Um, I cry my eyes and my heart out. And every time, even strangers at the airport saying, it's okay, you'll be back soon. And
Oh,
it's
that's when
some
you're leaving? When you're
yes,
leaving
when I'm
Jamaica?
leaving. And
Yeah.
it's something about being back home. You know, it's just home is where the heart is, guys. And if you have a home and you know your heart is there, you know what I'm talking
Hmm.
about. Your heart breaks when you can't be there. Your heart breaks when you have to leave. And when, and I've considered living in Ghana. My friend lives in Ghana. However, and because I was like, oh, Ghana reminds me of Jamaica, but it'll never be Jamaica, like, and I know that. But again, like I said, I don't. Everybody has their own views on things, and that's absolutely okay. Again, I just feel like, my family comes from West Africa. That's true. However, I can't pinpoint where in West Africa. Yeah, either Nigeria or Ghana. But like I know that my family, they're all in Jamaica. All of them. I have 3 brothers back home in Jamaica right now. Half of my nieces and nephews in Jamaica, like majority of my family, and when I do stuff, they benefit from it too. There's a lot of things I would love to do for Jamaica and be able to give back. Again, like I said, it's a beautiful thing that Wave sees all of her black people and just wants to help them. That's such a beautiful thing. I just have not reached that level yet because I can't seem to disconnect from Jamaica. And again, only people who know what I'm talking about understand. Like some people, again, and Wave said it, that some people feel the same way that I do. You only those who feel it knows it. You know.
Well, um, let me just touch on this, right? When I say, because when, as a young person growing up, I didn't see myself as just a Caribbean person or an American or just an African. I saw myself as, a black woman in, in the world. And I always wanted to help people. And I didn't see people like, you know, like, my people like, okay, they're Haitian and this one is that, and I just want to help this thing. Like, I didn't see it like that at a very young age. I didn't see it like that. When someone needed me, I've always been there. It didn't have to be monetary or anything like that. It's just that that's how I've always been. you know I'm from my people.
Mhm.
And I had a very big heart for single mothers, because I came from a household. My mom was a single parent, four kids, $10,000 income, and she has to take care of 4 kids, pay this, and she has to be a security guard, clean people's homes, and all of that. So I know what it is to be homeless at 7 years old. I've said this story before. So I have a great passion for humanity. And I understand, for me, when I go to a place, that's where my heart is. So if I move to Gambia, that's where my heart is for the time, because I am connected to these places. You know, Honestly, spiritually, I am connected to these places. When I went to Jamaica, I've been to Jamaica 5 times, and I went to Jamaica. I was not connected to Kingston, but when I went to the countryside, it reminded me of Dominica. I had a connection with it because I love nature. You know what I'm saying? I could live in Jamaica, I could live in St. Lucia, I could live anywhere in the world. You understand? So
Mhm.
that's the that's where I'm at. I just have this kind of connection. Home is wherever I am. Home is within me. You understand? And wherever I go, I make it my home. You understand? I carry my home with me wherever I go. It doesn't matter. I make it a home. It's within me. And,
Wave,
I,
you know how I feel, Wave. You know my
yes,
t-shirts, you know all
no,
of that
no, no,
stuff.
no. I don't, trust me. And I understand that completely because I have met people, you know, whether it's Jamaican, I know people from Dominica, where
Haiti.
I am born. Dominica is
Look
home.
at Rihanna,
They
Barbados.
exactly, but there are some of us, we're a little different, wherever we go, you know. I love the Caribbean. I love Africa, you know. Um I'm,
Rihanna's a
I'm
die-hard Bayesian.
and I'm living here. I love the Virgin Islands, you know. I'm living here in Miami, but I know Miami is just temporary
I was
because
gonna say the only place I don't have a connection to, Wave, is America.
and
Like
I'm
I felt a
getting to that.
connection with Ghana.
I'm getting to that. I'm getting to that right now. So I will tell people, right? I've been living in Miami for 30 something years. I came here in 1986, a young
Hmm.
girl, beautiful young girl out of the Caribbean. And ever since I came here, I'll be honest with you, I go to the Caribbean twice a year for those 30 something years. I always had to put my foot on my soil. It didn't matter, it was St. Lucia, Puerto Rico, wherever, my foot has to land on one of those soils. You understand? So, Miami, yes, some people say, but why did you stay there so long? My mom came here, my sisters came here, everybody was here, you know, but I never felt comfortable being here, you know. I was in battle with myself. I don't know if people ever have these type of, you know,
That just
um,
means I was never supposed to be here in the first
no,
place. But we're not gonna
exactly.
talk about
You
that.
you have this. Let me tell you something. You when you talked about leaving Jamaica, right? This is me. When when I go to Dominica, it's like almost I don't want to leave. Any Caribbean island I go to, I don't really want to leave and come back here. It's like almost like your ancestors are like telling you, no, I don't want to go back. And you know when that happened to me? When I went to Ghana, I go twice a year. I literally stay at the airport and I'm in tears. There's a part of me, there's a spirit in me telling me, I don't want to go back. When you see I went for those 7 months, that spirit in me was so. I know Sanovia, if she's there, she can vouch.
She
That,
said it. She didn't want to leave Ghana. She
yeah,
knows Ghana is her home.
yeah, because I was like, oh my God, I cried. There's a part of me that I have to negotiate with that spirit in me that has to say, you are coming back. Because,
Yeah, you always have to
yeah,
tell yourself that you'll be back
yes,
soon.
I had to I had to negotiate with myself and say, "Hey, don't worry about it. You're just going there temporary. You're coming back." You understand? So when you said that, it was like, "Oh my God, you know, I understand because it happens to me. When I go to the Virgin Islands and I reach the Virgin Islands, I kiss the very ground when I arrive. And when it's time for me to leave, I stand on the stairway and I'm just like, see you later, because I don't ever say goodbye. I always say see you later. Yes. You know what I'm saying? So I understand. I understand the Jamaica, the connection, because what the good thing about your parents is that being a firstborn American from Jamaican parents, they they took you back to Jamaica and they showed you your culture and you are connected for life. A lot of kids, their parents come here and they never take them back. They don't send them for summers. or
They
not.
don't even remember their culture.
Yes, they don't. Their parents never taught them their culture. And I've met Black Americans who say, you know what? My mother was Jamaican, or my mother was from this and that. And I'm like, okay, so you had curry chicken? No, no, no. I've never had curry chicken before. I've never think. I don't know what this is. Nothing. Straight up American. Lost. And they trying to find their way because they want to identify with that culture and they can't. But I understand because right now I'm chilling in Miami, and you know why. We just kind of waiting to see what Ghana gonna say.
Prince Ioko,
Hey,
you
Prince.
go talk to
Yeah, oh yeah, let me talk to my. Is he here?
He is
Oh,
here. Go talk to your president.
oh yes, Lord, don't forget Prince. I'm gonna send him the link. Let me see if he can say some things, because
um,
he sometimes he,
Wave, just another little thing too. Remember the other day I shared with you that I hate Philly.
yeah,
And
yeah,
I
yeah,
told
yeah,
you,
you did.
I have to get back to Brooklyn. Not Brooklyn. I had to get back to New York. I'm from Brooklyn, but I have to get back to New York because even though Jamaica is home for me, my home in America is in New York. And I
Yeah, yeah,
told you that
yeah.
I don't like
Yes, you
Philly
did.
and I feel so frustrated and lost here. And I'm like, you have a home. I believe you can have different homes, different places. Excuse
Mm-hmm.
me. You can have different homes, different places. Um, and I feel that way about living here. I'm in Philadelphia,
Yeah.
but I can't wait to get back to New York.
I know because when I
That's
was
home for
talking to
me.
you and you were telling me, oh, Wave, and one of the streams, you were like, like, Wave, I want, I decided I'm going to New York.
Remember,
And,
I came
and
to
it
you.
was like a big smile from here to here. And that's what I tell people. When you're home,
I'm
okay?
telling you guys, it's a feeling, it's a connection. You don't.
Yes. So we're gonna
Excuse me.
bring on Prince Ayoko. He's a
Is he in the background? Hold on,
yeah.
wait, before you bring him on. Why, when everybody else is backstage, you don't give them problems?
Okay, because Prince Ayoko is waving at me. He's
What
chill.
was I doing? I was smiling at
You
you
are cold. Your feet were cold. I
because,
was
oh, we have a guest. Should I let her in? She's this and she's that. Should I bring her back here?
okay. So I'm gonna bring on Prince Ayoko. He's a very good friend of mine. I actually visited his hometown
I know
in
him.
northern Ghana.
I know him from
And
Ghana.
he was a great host, and we just, he's my brother, okay? Prince Ayoko, how are you? You're chilling.
I'm
Are
good.
you there? Okay, great, great, great. So what's going on?
Jamaicans will say everything Irish.
Everything Irie. All right.
Everything,
So,
Chris.
yes,
Yo, yeah, I've been listening to though I joined the conversation a little bit late, but
yes.
the two of you is talking about, I'm just gonna make it short.
Okay.
I'm not gonna drag it for long.
Okay, no
Um,
problem.
you both are saying the same things. Like what you are saying is just the same. There's no
Yeah,
difference in what you are saying. What the
yes.
two of you are saying is exactly what it is. And this is one thing that we all have to understand, especially in this generation, in this particular world that we're in
Mm-hmm.
this um you see, we Africans at home and our brothers and sisters in the diaspora, if
Mm-hmm.
we all have some kind of understanding, I don't think we'll ever have a problem. Like if we have the same understanding, I don't think we'll have a problem.
Mm-hmm.
We'll all be one people under one umbrella. But
Yes.
then the differences, that is making us have all of this kind of I wouldn't even call it misunderstanding, but it's just about how you think about, you know, the realities with regards to where you live.
Mm-hmm.
The whole thing is that, Sister Wave, you know me in person, right?
Yes.
So, for instance, let me take you. Let's say I'm gonna take Togo, which is our neighboring country, Burkina Faso, which is our neighboring country,
Mm-hmm.
Ivory Coast, which is our neighboring country, and then let's say Nigeria, for instance. Let me take Togo, Ivory Coast, Burkina Faso, and Nigeria.
Uh-huh. What
When
about
I
Benin?
do, Benin is also included. I'm just taking, the neighboring countries, countries that is very closer to Ghana as an
Yes.
example. Or if I want, I'll just take, let me say, the whole West African countries.
Mm-hmm.
If I travel to any one of these countries, no one will ever ask me, hey, what do you want here? Or what are you coming here to do?
Exactly.
I'll go and live there as long as I want. When I'm dead, the people there will bury me and my funeral will be performed there at the same time performed here. You see I'm
Mm-hmm.
just gonna make a very typical example, and the example that I'm gonna make, if we all really take our time to understand this perspective that I'm bringing, as someone who is on the continent of Africa, you understand that we are all one people. Let's say, for instance, if I live here to travel to Togo tomorrow and make my mind like I'm not coming back home again, I might live on the streets of Togo, sleep on the car parks, sleep on the lorry stations, sleep on
Mm-hmm.
wherever I want to sleep, on the
Yes.
streets everywhere. But I'll finally end up in somebody's home.
Exactly.
When I'm at that particular home, they will adopt me as a family member. So even when I live there till my old age, when I live there till my old age until I get to a point that I have to leave this world, when I die there, for the fact that I have been part of them and they consider me as their family,
Uh-huh.
even when my family get to locate me and know that I'm living there with them, my family cannot forcibly take me away from them. So what my family has to know is that for the fact that they know my location and the people that I'm living with, they will just leave me there whilst knowing that I'm with these people in this country.
Okay.
So when I die there, I'm just citing an example. I'm not talking about this in reality, though it's just like what is happening in Africa. Everywhere in Africa, this happens. So when I die there, what they would do is that they would perform my funeral. They have to perform my funeral before my family take my funeral back home to where I was born,
Okay.
perform my final funeral rites. You see how it works.
Yes.
It is one thing that we have as a respect for humanity in Africa. In Africa, we believe that we are all one people. So it doesn't matter where you go or the people that you live with. The most important thing is the kind of character that you have to live with them. That makes you a person to live with others. It's just like, when you travel to go to some place, you have some people
Absolutely.
at that particular place. There might be some people who are on the streets. So if you belong to the streets, you go and be on the streets. If you belongs to, if you are a kind of person that is not someone who has to belong on the streets, you have a family that will adopt you, then you'll be part of them. So
Mm-hmm.
the reality is that as Africans and diasporans,
Mm-hmm.
we are all one people, and whenever we come together, we are still the same people. It's just like this particular conversation that we're having on YouTube right now. All of us who are on this chat, we know we all bring ideas that we can learn from.
Yes.
You bring your idea, I bring my idea. Uh, our sisters and families in this chat will bring their ideas, and then we'll all touch bases on all of these ideas and see whatever we can use that to you know, develop in order to be able to come out with something that is genuine, that can develop us or that can unite us.
Yes.
So the most important thing is about how we can do just like the way our ancestors were doing. Our ancestors never had this kind of problems. Our ancestors were brought from different, even in Africa here, our ancestors were brought from different countries. That is why in Ghana, when you come, you see different kind of tribes. You see the Ewe
Yeah.
tribe from
Mm-hmm.
Togo. You see the Ashanti tribe, let's say from Ivory Coast. You see the Dagomba tribe from the Burkina Faso. That's from it's traced from the Mali Empire down to Burkina Faso, down to northern Ghana. You
And
see
the
this tribe.
and the
Every tribe has
Fulani.
got their country of origination. They got their roots. That was from the beginning. From
What
the
do
beginning,
what
uh,
what do you think? Okay, we have all these different tribes, but before all of these tribes, do you think that there were one tribe, and then from that particular tribe,
be-
all of these
be-
tribes were created?
before all of these tribes, the reality is that because before all of these tribes, they were all one people.
Okay.
And what separated and brings about these tribes is because of it even it started before colonialism. These tribes that we all talking about in Africa, this division of tribes, we are going to tell with the truth. It even started before colonialism. It isn't the white man who came to Africa and share and say, okay, these people go and be this tribe, these people go and be
Yeah.
this tribe. No. These tribes has already divided before colonialism. And like we always say, in every in life, anything that has happened in life, as long as it has already happened, it has happened.
So you're
So what
trying to say within so we were one, and then we started fighting with each other internally and divided ourselves.
and then divided ourselves, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, yeah. Even when you take, like, okay, let me take a typical example of northern Ghana, for instance. You see
Mm-hmm.
northern Ghana, we have the Dagomba tribe, we have the
Mm-hmm.
Mampus tribe, and we have the
Mm-hmm.
Nanumba tribe. These are three tribes, right?
Yes.
Okay, so with these three tribes, you see the Mampusi tribe, they are the elderly, followed by the younger ones, which is the middle tribe, which is the Dagomba, and then the Nanumba as the last, like as the last born, like it's like the last part of the tribe, but
Okay.
they are all from the same ancestor, the same grandfather, they are from the same grandparents.
Oh.
And it traces way back to the Mosi tribe in Burkina Faso. So
Yeah.
even when you look at this, when you look at when you look typically into our African tradition, when you
Uh-huh.
take the Mosi tribe in Burkina Faso as an example, the Mosi tribe is the most dominant tribe in Burkina Faso, and they are our playmates. You know what I understand? You understand what I mean by playmates, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Because they are from, they have their roots from our aunties. like from our father's sisters.
Okay. So when
So
so so when you look at it, if you start from Nigeria, because you have Burkina Faso, and I think Nigeria is like, right there next
mhm.
to
Yeah,
Burkina.
we typically, okay, so okay, you want me to take you into deeper. So
Yeah,
typically,
because the thing is, I've been looking at certain things, and I'm looking like, when you look at Nigeria, you look at Burkina Faso, you come to northern Ghana, and all of that. To me, all those people just moved down and they just kind of spread. But when you look at the culture, you are seeing similarities in the
okay,
culture and the food.
okay. Let me just break it down for you to understand. You
Yeah.
see, Nigeria, Burkina Faso, Ghana.
Mm-hmm.
Nigeria, Burkina Faso, Ghana. You see those, especially people from northern Ghana, the tribes from northern Ghana.
Mm-hmm.
They have their roots from the Songhai Empire.
Okay.
They had their original roots from the Songhai Empire. And you see, for our ancestors, for
Okay.
instance, their origination was from northern Nigeria, which is present day Kano,
Okay.
and they migrated from there to the Mali Empire, which was the same. During these days, it was the same empire, and it traces way back to the Gambia, to the Senegal.
Really?
Yes, that is how it is.
Wow.
West Africa, you see the countries in West Africa. You see the countries in West Africa. All the countries in West Africa, the whole West African countries, they are one people.
Oh.
There is never a way that you will travel from northern Ghana to somewhere around Cameroon and you will not see some kind of cultural similarities.
Yeah.
There is never a way that you travel from, let's say, Nigeria to Benin and you will not see any kind of cultural similarities.
Yeah.
There is never a way that you travel from Ivory Coast to Togo and you not see any kind of cultural similarities. The dresses they wear, the way they dance, whatever they
Mm-hmm.
do, it has the same, like almost the same.
Yes.
But
Because
as
because
time as
because when
you know,
also in the accents, I know when I went Ghana, because like for the first time, I just thought like all Africans had the same accent. But
the
when I went
the
to Ghana, the people in northern Ghana, the people in the Volta region, the people like, in Kumasi, even they have a different way of saying things. And they do, you have to listen to the accent, and you will hear like, the difference in the accent. And I didn't know that. I just took everyone, okay, you're from Ghana and you speak like that. But when I went to the Volta area, and then I listened to someone in Kumasi, the accents are different.
yes, it is because of the languages that we speak.
Okay.
Even okay, so even in when you say in Kumasi, for instance, when you go to Kumasi, we have the Ashanti, we have the Achim, we have the Kwao. The Kwao is in the eastern region. So Kumasi, for
Yes.
instance,
Hmm.
we have about several different languages that is from the same Ashanti tribe.
Hmm.
All of these languages that we speak and the differences that is in our languages is due to what I already talked about. Is due to, like, most of it is due to migration. And the reality about it is that all of these people is from the same ancestors. All of them is from the same ancestors. Let me say all of the tribes, especially I'm going to say about what I know. All of the tribes in West Africa, if I'm gonna say the right thing about this situation, I'll say that all of the tribes in West Africa is from the same house. Like I'll just say it's from the same clan. We call
Mm-hmm.
it clan, or it's from the same family. But
Okay.
when let's say when for me as a Dagomba, for instance, when I travel to settle in Kumasi, the language that I speak, originally I will know everything that I speak. But if I have to, like when I happen to marry an Ashanti woman, bear in mind that my children would not be able to speak my language.
They have
Or
to
even
speak.
even if they will be able to speak my language, there will be some kind of manipulation in the language.
Oh, so
You
then you're,
understand what I mean?
yeah, because I, I I speak another language, but sometimes because I don't have the control of the language of whatever, I speak this kind of like Creole Spanglish kind of language. It's kind of all
Exactly,
mixed up. Yeah,
exactly, exactly.
yeah.
So all of these things, like when I look at all of it, the differences is just the languages that we speak, and sometimes let's say the food that we eat, and some other things that we do differently. But when we just think about this situation into deeper, like when we think about it into deeper, it's like we are all one people.
Yes, absolutely.
The whole thing is just like we are all one people. Let's say Jamaica, for instance. Let me take Jamaica as an example. They have some particular national dish there. They have some food there that they use uh as their national dish. It's called the ackee, right?
Yes,
When you use that particular fruit, the ackee tree, when you use the tree or the fruit to trace where it comes from, it is very easy for you to understand that, okay, these people is from here. Because even when you go back to some video about that fruit that I make on my channel,
uh-huh.
you can easily tell that, oh, this is it. One day when you come to Ghana, I'll take you for you to see the ackee trees.
Well, actually, when I was in Ghana and I went to Abri and I went even in Accra, there's a
Mhm.
lot of ackee trees, and I
Yeah,
was,
with food for this.
yeah, I was so shocked. I was like, what? But the thing is, the
But
Ghanaians,
the reality about the
the
ackee
Ghanaians,
tree is that
the
the,
Ghanaians
the-
are not eating it. They say they never eaten it before.
okay, so let me tell you the reality about that. This is very good that you mentioned it. You see the ackee tree,
Mm-hmm.
Ghanaians do eat it because we eat it here.
Oh,
But we eat it raw. We don't cook it.
okay.
See, when the ackee fruit got ripe, the whole fruit will burst.
Oh,
When the fruit is ripe, the skin of it will burst. Then the fruit will be showing, right? Have you ever seen the ripe ackee fruits?
well, I know for a fact that, I know Jamaicans cook it with saltfish. But I know they said that when it opens up, it has to open up a certain thing, and you have to know how to clean it because it can be poisonous. Shawnee,
What
am I
what
right about that? About
you
the
okay,
ackee?
so the ackee,
What did you
you
say?
know,
If I
I
know what about
I,
Aki?
I,
Sorry.
Hold on one
uh,
second.
uh,
No, we were
uh,
talking about the ackee plant, right? So he was
Yeah,
saying,
Aki tree.
yeah, when it's ripe, there's a certain time that you have to pick it so that
When it opens up.
when it opens up, you have to pick it. So he
If
was,
it's closed, it kill you.
you know, let me
then they eat it.
I
No, they
I
do eat
if
it,
if
but
I'm
like So it
if
doesn't necessarily kill you. Sorry, Prince Ayoko. It doesn't necessarily kill you, but
I'm
it
gonna
can make
tell
you
you,
severely sick. And
I'm
then
gonna
some
tell
people
you,
just, kind of just they
I,
don't
I,
Yeah.
really heal
I'm
from
gonna
it, but
share.
you have to wait till
I'm,
it opens up like a flower. It opens up
Yes.
and then you can see
Yes.
it
I'm
expose itself
yeah, yeah.
and stuff like
I'm,
that.
I'm gonna, I'm gonna, sh- I'm gonna share. I'm gonna share what I know about the ackee plant and the ackee tree. You
Uh-huh.
see, when an ackee plant is planted, it takes a very long time. At least it takes almost like up to 5 to 10 years before it starts to produce fruits. Here, that is how it is. Because
Okay.
in Ghana, ackee grows very well in savanna regions.
Oh.
The ackee tree in Africa grows very well in a savanna region. It's a
Okay.
savanna. The tree is a savanna tree. It's just like the shea tree where we get our shea butter from.
Like the shea butter. Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't produce very well at a tropical area in Africa.
Okay, but it grows in the Caribbean very well.
Yeah, that is one of the most amazing part of it. But then in Ghana, I have seen ackee trees in Accra. I have seen an ackee trees in different parts of the south, and I have seen
Uh-huh.
ackee trees here. Ackee is in season right now as I'm talking to you. Even tomorrow, I can get an ackee tree, make a video of it, and then you see it
Yeah,
with
please
you
do.
see the
Please
red.
do.
So the whole thing about the ackee tree is that I have been eating ackee fruits even when I was a child. I have it is through YouTube that I got to know that the ackee fruit is poisonous. We never know it's poisonous because when the ackee tree starts to produce the fruits,
Uh-huh.
it starts as a form of green. When it starts to produce the fruit, the color is green. The color of the fruit is green.
Okay.
When it starts to get mature, then it becomes red.
Okay. I've
When it
seen
gets
that.
fully matured to a point that it got ripe, that is when you see that the shield of the fruit will burst,
Okay, it opens
and
up,
then
like
yeah, it will
Sean
open
says.
up. It will open up, and that is when you get to know that the ackee fruit has got ripe.
Okay.
But when it got ripe,
So do not force ripe
when,
it.
no, yeah, when it
Never
got
open
ripe,
it up.
yeah, no, we don't open it. When it got ripe, it opens itself whilst it's on top of the tree.
Yeah, it looks like a little, how Aki looks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like this.
So
Hmm.
Yeah.
when you see it fall on the ground, that means it is spoiled. When the ackee fruit is ripe and you see it fall on the ground, that means it is spoiled. That is
Okay.
when it opens and you see it fall on the ground, it means it is spoiled.
Okay.
So when you want to eat it, you have to climb the tree, plug it, and then just remove the fruit, eat it, and leave the seed, the black seed,
Oh, the black seeds.
the black
Okay.
seed.
Well,
The black
And the
seed and
fruit,
the little pink part is poisonous.
yes.
the,
But
we
what
eat we eat
I'll
all
tell
of
you,
that here. The pink part, we eat all of that here. We don't take it off.
Wave, you don't go eat the pink part.
let me tell you, let me tell you,
Prince
Prince
Ayoko
Ayo-
stomach
Prince,
strong. You
Prince Ayoko, let me
Oh,
tell you,
I'm not
trust
I'm
me.
not advising anyone to eat it, but
Let me
I'm
guys,
tell
just
this is
saying.
this disclaimer. Prince Ayoko's stomach is strong, okay?
yes, yes.
Do not eat the black seed and do not eat the pink part. Clean your
We
Aki,
don't
please,
eat
and
the black.
tongues.
We
Because
don't eat
don't
the
come
black
back
part of
and
it.
blame Wave for her
See,
viewers
see,
saying
we
that you
we
can
don't. I'm not.
eat.
That's why I
Mother
said. That's why I
Mercy,
said.
you can't sue me
Sister
because I
Wade,
don't have nothing to sue.
Sister Wade, Sister Wade. Well, that's why I said I'm gonna say
So
this
Novia say
based
I
on
will
what I
just leave
know.
it
You
alone.
understand? And I don't advise anyone to eat it. This is because everyone has got the way they cook their food. before they eat it. Everyone has got the way they eat their food. But what I'm saying is that it is YouTube that I got to know that the ackee fruit, some part of it is poisonous.
Well, let
What
me tell you.
what we don't eat is the black seed. You see the seed, we never eat the seed.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you about the ackee. One time someone gave me some ackee, and I was like, "Look here, you need to clean it because I am not. I don't know how to clean ackee." So they went ahead and they cleaned it and gave it to me in a bag, and I put it in the freezer for a whole year. I never touched it because I was so scared. Okay. But when I went to Ghana, I see that they have a lot of trees, ackee trees. They do. So if
Mhm.
you're from Jamaica, you will always have your ackee in Ghana. Okay, you can't miss it because it's
Yeah.
it's
But
growing all over. But I find it strange that you're telling me that you guys eat it because when we went, actually, I was on Spintex Road. I was staying at an Airbnb, and they had an ackee tree, and I was like, "Oh my God, it's you guys cook ackee?" As I was, like, "Yeah, I want some ackee in the morning to eat." So they were like, "No, you're not supposed to eat that. That we don't eat that. That's poisonous." I'm
I've
like,
only seen them eating
sis-
it in the northern
sis-
region. That's
sis-
what I've seen.
"Yeah,
sister
but
wave,
in Accra, they oh my
sister
God, it's
wave,
like the forbidden fruit." I'm
sister
telling
wave,
you, yes.
sister wave. You see, whenever you come to Ghana and you see an ackee tree in the south, when it
Mm,
starts to produce the fruit, or you have some time, just take some time to monitor it and see how the fruit will develop.
okay,
You see, it will never get red before it falls down. Before the fruit starts to get matured till it becomes red, it will still be in that green color and it will fall down.
okay.
Nobody's eating that.
Have you ever seen an ackee fruit? An ackee tree that has some fruits on top of it in Ghana that got so ripe till it get open like the way you say.
Yeah, I have seen them open up, and then I've seen, like, people just have a bunch of them fell off the tree and it's all on the ground. People just, they don't pick it, they don't eat it. So, like,
Because the couple of ackee trees that I saw in the south, you will see the tree matured enough, have some seeds, but you will never see it become like I never see it become red in the south, like till it open. And
okay.
I've been wondering about that up to date because here, like way back in the late 90s, we were having some old man at our community, my mom's place. We are having some old man who has an ackee tree at his house. And one thing about the ackee tree is that usually here it is morning that we harvest it. Like if you want to, kind of pluck the fruit to eat, it is in the morning that you see it kind of open when you go under the tree,
So you
mostly in
eat,
the morning.
so you eat it as a fruit, right? But
Yeah,
you
we
never,
eat it as a fruit.
okay, so you guys don't cook it like how Jamaicans do
Oh, no,
with
no, no, no,
the
no,
onions and stuff like that.
no, no. We
Okay.
don't cook it. We don't cook it. What we do is that
It tastes
when the
like
fruit
eggs though.
No, it
it
don't.
tastes like
For
okay.
me,
So
it
when
does.
you eat it
It
raw,
You
tastes
know what it
like
tastes
eggs.
like to
Mhm.
me?
when you eat it raw,
For me,
it
it tastes
tastes
like
more like
eggs. Yeah.
when you
I
eat
think
it
you.
raw.
Sorry, go ahead.
When you eat it raw, it tastes like the yolk that is in on an egg.
Oh, okay.
To
You
I'm not.
understand?
me,
When you
when
eat
you
it
cook it,
raw,
it tastes like unripe plantain. It tastes like green
Ah,
banana. It like a banana that's not ripe. it. I think what people confuse the most is the texture, and it looks like egg. That's why people be like, "Oh, it
no,
reminds."
it
It
tastes
but
like
to me
eggs.
though, if you taste a green plantain and you eat it just again, that's just me. It tastes like green plantain
but
and green
but
For
banana.
but
me,
but,
for
but
green plantain, rough, when you're eating it. I eat green plantain. I'm a plantain lover. So, but to
Well,
me, when you cook ackee, it tastes like eggs to me. But
it,
one thing I will tell you, I can't eat too much ackee because I think Shawnee said something. It'll make my stomach feel nauseous if I eat too much. So if when
No,
I
I said
go,
if you eat the poisonous stuff, it'll
yeah,
mess
it,
you up.
yeah, yeah,
mm,
I know, but it makes me like, if I eat too much, that's why when I go to a restaurant, I'll tell them just give me a little bit, and
mm.
then I will get like plain saltfish and eat it on the side with it because I can't eat too much of it.
I
I
don't
can't.
mind it. I think when I eat
But
aki, it's the texture I have
the
to get past.
Okay.
And worse
the
and worse, I think, oh God, please don't make these people poison me. That's when I think when I'm eating it, like I'm a hopes that them people not try and poison me. So it's a
oh
mind thing.
yeah,
I have to get past when I'm eating it.
uh,
Yeah. So, Princess,
actually,
what you said it
uh,
tastes like raw, like the yolk of the eggs?
actually, for we here in northern Ghana, no one has ever cooked ackee to eat.
Okay. I
Ah,
didn't.
you see, when it got ripe and it opens, and then we just plug it from the tree. What we do is that we throw away the skin. The skin is very hard,
Okay.
But
so
I heard they clean with the black part, no?
we throw away the skin. We throw away the seed. That is the black part. The seed is the black part of it.
Hmm.
When you plant the seed, that is where you get the tree from. That's the seed.
Okay.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So we throw the skin and the black part of it away and then eat what they are cooking in Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
But then we eat it raw. Like
Wow.
I said, I'm not advising anyone to go and eat it raw. But what I'm trying to make from this conversation about the ackee is that something that is in Jamaica that they
Yeah.
take as a national dish and something that is in Ghana here that we eat. It
So
is not
there's
these people of this time who are eating it. It is the ackee tree is not a kind of this kind of foreign plants that we have here. It is an indigenous plant.
yes. So that Aki
And
tree is connecting um northern Ghana to Jamaica.
West
not yeah,
Africa.
not
It's West
not yeah,
Africa.
yeah, not only northern Ghana,
It's West
Mhm.
Africa.
but
West
then
Africa. Okay.
because they might be in other West African countries.
Okay.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to explain in this conversation for you to understand is that as people, like we all consider ourselves as one people, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Aki might have traveled a long way from Africa to the Caribbean.
Okay.
That is my belief. When I got to know that the Aki, I mean, Aki is a national dish in Jamaica. Do you know that, Sister Wave?
Yes, of course. I eat it all the time. Oh.
It is considered as a national dish.
And they have those trees all over the Caribbean. Yes, they do.
Yes, they
Because
do.
it
Yeah.
grows so well there, that's why.
So
Yeah.
in Jamaica, the Aki, I mean, fruit is considered as a national dish. Do you understand what I mean by a national dish, right?
Yes, yes, we do. We
Yeah.
all have national
And
dishes. Yeah.
yeah, and when you look at that and you look at the connection, it is only the Aki tree that I can say that we have that here as an indigenous plant. When I say an indigenous plant, it's like no one plants it here. The Aki tree can
Exactly.
just, maybe a bird can just pick the seed and it will fall and germinate by itself and grow up to become a tree. That's an indigenous plant.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically, you see the countries in the Caribbean, the islands in the Caribbean, all of these islands in the Caribbean that is over there, there is no differences in the people that is over there, including the African Americans in the US, our differences is our locations.
Yes.
The differences that we have is our locations. But when we take ourselves and think about ourselves into deeper, we'll just calm down, know that we are one people,
Yes, we
know
are.
that it is due to circumstances that has got us separated. But when we put all of these circumstances aside and then just want to come back into the original version of us, we'll be one people.
Exactly.
There is no way that we'll say this one is from here, this one is from here, this one is from here, or like we'll all take ourselves as one people. As
Mm-hmm.
black people, that's how we'll take ourselves to be. But then as time goes on, day in, day out, civilization and all of this, technologies and everything, it keeps dividing us and making us look like, oh, you are from here. And then moreover, this, current system that is going on, with this kind of laws and enforcements that they are putting on us and everything, all of these things are kind of forces that separate us day in, day out, which we don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
But if we put all of these things aside and then look at ourselves to be from the original version, then we will understand who we are as black people.
Exactly.
But then, like, too much education is good, but at the same time, sometimes it's dangerous. It's dangerous because those people that is enforcing all of these laws and all of these things that is separating us, even some of our brothers and sisters, is part of them.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yes,
All
I
of these
understand
lawyers,
you.
all of these police officers and everybody who are putting people into jail, there are black people who are lawyers and everything, putting their own brothers and sisters into jail.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But when we take ourselves as one people, when we stand for each other, when we do things that makes us to support each other, I don't think these things will happen.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
most
we were
important thing for us to do,
one united front.
yeah, it's
Yes.
just like when you were in Ghana here. Though I wasn't seeing you personally doing it, but I can see what you were doing in Ghana.
Yeah.
Traveling from artist to artist, craftsman to craftsman,
Yes,
helping
oh.
them. Just doing. Sister Wave was in Ghana here, always been at the cultural center, helping people who were, carving wood, people who were, doing all kind of, art, like artworks and everything, just for them to make money from the trade that they are doing.
Yes, because what
Yeah,
happened is
motivating people.
yeah, well, this is what happened when I went to Ghana. When I spent the 7 months Prince Ayoko, it was like here we were, there was the pandemic. There were young people in Ghana who were artists, they were carvers, they were painters, and everything like that. So here I was, I was in Ghana. I pretty much was just enjoying the country and, doing certain things. And I was like, I met this young man. He actually at the gym, he was my trainer and he was a painter. And I was like, so, how do you survive? Because working at the gym you don't make that much money. It's like 300 CDs a month, right? And I was like, so he says, like, he has a hard time selling his art. So that's where the idea came. So I started getting a bunch of local artists, because a lot of people, like when I went to the art center in Avery and stuff like that, they were telling me like, things are hard because guess what? No one was traveling during the pandemic. No one was
Yeah.
really coming to, so I actually went ahead. I got some artists. and everything. I got clients. They were thinking, let me tell you, I was writing those chochos. It was hot.
Oh yeah,
I
I'm not
was
surprised
sweat.
about that.
I was waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I was going to the gym. After the gym, there was a shower at the gym. I used to shower there, put my clothes. People used to see me smiling, okay, on videos. I'm walking through the streets of Accra. I'm in Kumasi. I'm all over the place picking up art so I can go to the post office, mail it to my clients, okay?
And you were advertising it on your Facebook
On my
page.
Facebook, I mean, my
Yeah.
Facebook was full
Do,
of
do, you-
art.
do, do you remember? Do you remember one morning during the pandemic, me and you had almost like an hour talking about this?
Yeah. I
I
mean,
was like, wow, Sister Wave, if we had like at least a couple of people like you,
yeah.
at least these artists who are doing all of this work would not have a problem, selling their products. Do you remember that? It's
Yes,
almost getting to
exactly.
like, it's almost 2 years now.
Yeah, so we were like doing, I mean,
Oh,
it's just basically like I was in Ghana and I was like, yo, I gotta find something to do,
yeah.
because I was doing my
And,
own personal business, but I was like, I have to help, and how was I going to give back? And that was
yeah.
one of the things that I
And,
wanted to do. And
and,
and
and,
it's like it's just something that just started and I start doing it. I mean, I was on my phone constantly. People people were calling me from the US. Let me tell you, I lost so much weight. I mean, I was just, and everybody was, the group of people that I was working for, I'm still in contact with them. And when I go back to Ghana, we're rolling again because it was so interesting that we were actually putting food on people's tables, paying that people were able to pay their rent, you know, follow their dreams and having their art. Actually, there's a museum in Philadelphia where this gentleman, he's a doctor, he's from my country, Dominica. He bought a lot of art from these artists and he opened a museum where people go and buy these paintings, all of that. So, I mean, I tried to open doors for these artists in the time of a pandemic when nobody was coming to Ghana, and that was just my way of giving back. And a lot of people, saw me moving and stuff. They thought that maybe I was making all this money. I was not making all this money. Or the money was actually going to the artists for them to survive. I was thinking about them. I wasn't even thinking about
oh,
myself really.
Sister
Yeah,
Wave, Sister Wave,
yeah. Mhm.
this particular conversation that you're having right now is exactly what make me, you know, commented that you should, share the link so that I'll be able to contribute a little bit for people to really understand something about the reality of life. This doesn't
Yeah,
have to be about the black man or the black woman or just the black people. In this world, we are all one people, right?
yeah.
When you get injured, the blood that will come out from your body, when I get injured, that's the same blood that will come back. I mean, that will come out from my body, right?
Mm,
That's the same pains that you feel. It's just like what you're saying. I'm just citing an example about what you said. Whatever you just said right now. Some people who maybe who I mean didn't know you at that time. To people who don't, I mean, who were not with you at that time, they
mm.
are very strange with what you are talking about right now. But for me, I'm not strange with what you're saying. You understand?
Yeah,
Because I were there and I was far away from you, but I could see whatever you were doing. That's why I said, even one morning we had over 1 hour talking about it. It
yes,
was
we
a
did.
very early morning.
Yeah, we did. And even though me and Prince Ayoko would always check in on us and always like,
And
encourage us.
they,
But
they
it was a time, it was a great time in my life. I will tell people, those 7 months in Ghana was a sense of freedom for me. And also, it was a great time for me to give back. I'm telling you, every single day I was on the streets hustling for these artists. Every
on
single
a
day.
traffic on a traffic, you have to tell them where you were living and where you were
I was
going.
I was living in Kaswa. Oh, I was living in Kaswa.
The
And let me
place
tell you, to get from Kaswa to
that
the mall, Accra Mall, and in traffic, I used to be in a hot trotro, you know, and I am a very tall woman. I have long legs, and my legs are all cramped up. 3 hours traffic to get to Accra to go to
three,
Adenta.
3 to 4 hours. Three to
Yes,
four hours.
yes, and then I have to from the Accra Mall, I have to take a trotro to Adenta, and from Adenta, I have to go to Abri. Okay, just to
And there's traffic all over the place.
yes, and
So
then
you
once
see,
yeah, once I
from the
get to
Accra
Abri,
Mall,
once I get to Abri, thank God there's a post office at the center. So I used to just, I had a couple people working for me, so I would just get them, to put everything together and go to the post office. The guy at the post office knew me, and he would just take care of all my stuff.
I remember you telling me that someday.
And
Yeah.
guys, it was a great thing for me. And trust me, they can't wait for me to come back to Ghana because they're like, Madam, when are you coming? Oh, I said, tell your
So,
president I need to come back in the country.
Sister Wave, Sister Wave, like this is what I have to share with you, not only you, but to people who are on this chat. This is what I have to share with you and people who are on this chat.
uh,
Say that we can take tonight's conversation as a form of lesson that we
yeah,
can all take as a guide for us to use to live together and to support each other.
yes,
And like Sister Shawnee, right? That's her name, right?
yeah,
She said something in this. She used a word in this particular chat that we have it right now. That who feels it knows it. It was Bob Marley who said that. Bob Marley said that every man thinketh his burden is the heaviest. Who feels it knows it now.
I
You
know.
running and you running and you running away. Running and you running and you running away. You running and you running, but you can't run away from yourself.
Of course
Can't
not.
run away from yourself. Can't run away from yourself. So this means that in whatever we do, we should do it in reality. We
Yes,
should do it with an open heart. We should do it with a purpose, and we should do it with a very genuine reason.
yes.
We shouldn't do things in a kind of selfishness, else we
Mm-hmm.
would lose. When you do things like when you take selfishness to do things, when you lose, it's gonna be a very bad lose.
Yes,
But when you stand for yourself, stand for your people, stand for your community, stand for each and everyone that is around you, when you lose, you are not gonna lose alone. When you
absolutely.
win, you're not gonna win alone.
Mm-hmm.
That is why it is said that who feels it knows it.
Yep.
In life, when we do things, we have to do it, in such a way that whatever we are doing, we should know that there are people that is behind us who are seeing what we are doing, and that is the future generation.
Yes.
So whatever we are doing, we should make sure that people are watching us. Those small children who are behind us, seeing whatever we are doing today, they are looking at us and they are copying from us. So
Exactly.
whatever we do for them is what they will learn.
Mm-hmm.
So and therefore we have to be very supportive to each other. We have to take each other as one people, and we have to do things that will be able to do what? Uplift that generation. For this our generation, we shouldn't be thinking about this our generation is again, because this generation is messed up. If we are going to talk about the realities in life, this generation, even if we have to think about it, we should be thinking about how the next generation will be, but not this generation. Look at what is going on around the world.
Yeah.
Whoever is strong survives.
But there's, I have to say, yeah, this generation, but there are some of them that are out there doing some great things. Like Miss
Yeah.
like Miss Shawnee here.
No,
She
sister,
yeah,
sister, sister.
yeah.
What I'm putting you into proverbs and parables. Like,
Yes, I know.
no matter how the world is bad, there is still some good people in the world,
Yes.
right?
We have
But
some
then,
we have some
yeah,
great young people who are doing some
yeah,
great things.
yeah. But
Yeah.
then, if you just settle your mind and start to think about what is going on, like right from
Mhm.
2020 up to date, you can see that things that is happening is getting worse.
Yes, yes, yes.
That is the reality about what I'm saying. Things that are started to happen in 2020 up to this year 2022,
Wow.
it's not changing. It's just getting worse and worse and worse.
Yeah.
And that is telling us that we have to tighten up our belts and come back together again.
So
You
can I
understand?
yeah, but not to thing you, but can I ask you a question? When
Yes.
is your when is your president going to let our people go so we can come home? Oh,
I am tired with that one. I am very tired with that one. As a matter
yes,
of fact,
my
I'm, I'm,
God. We want
look,
to come home.
sister,
Johnny
sister,
wants to come.
sister,
I
wave,
want to
sister.
come.
At this particular time, whoever talks to me about politics in Ghana, I just tell the person that, you know what, please just leave me alone to think about my, just let me think about the politics. It's like,
Yeah.
look, sometime
Because
last year,
yeah.
if like, let's say for instance, if I was going to send mobile money transfer to
Mm,
somebody like 1,000 Ghana cedis, I would pay 20 cedis.
wow.
The network provider will charge me 10 cedis for the transfer. So if I want the person to take the same 1,000 cedis, I'll add an additional 10 cedis to the 1,000 cedis, which is
Yes,
1,010
yes.
cedis.
It's like
But,
1% they used to charge.
but right now is
You know how much money they want to charge
1,037
now?
Ghana cedis.
How much they're charging? Because
I heard they increased it.
when I left, like when I
1,037.
send money mobile to mobile for someone, I used to
There's
have
a
to add 1%.
there's an increment of 17%. I mean 17 Ghana cedis
Hey.
currently. It started on the first of this month. The
They
e-levy.
kept talking
Have
about
you
it.
ever
I
heard
heard
about the
about it that
e-levy?
they said they were gonna do it.
Oh my God.
Hmm.
Sister Wave, Sister Wave. You know what? That's why
And I
this is
heard
one
because
thing
my
that
friend would not stop talking about it.
this is one thing
Wow.
that I always tell people. This is one thing that I always tell people.
Because
No matter what we do, we will still fall under the trap of politicians, because you know what?
yeah,
They control the system. No
because
matter how
hey,
self-sufficient you are, you will still fall under the trap of the politician.
hey, because
But
I
then the only thing we can do to survive is to start to produce things that we think when it becomes critical we'll have in
mm,
hand. Like say
my
food for
God.
instance. When it becomes critical, say that you can't go to the store to buy food, You can't go to the market to buy food.
Have it
You can
grown.
have food at your home to eat.
You have to grow it.
You see, you can have food at your home to eat. Previously I was into livestock farming. This year I said, no, the way the situation is going, I have to go into crop farming. I went and had my 5 acres of land, planted my corn. It has germinated. I'm waiting for the harvest.
So what happened to my
So
beautiful livestock? What we used to call them again? We had a name for them. Remember?
they are there. They are there. They are there.
Oh,
Like they are
okay.
there. But I've ventured into, here we don't eat only meat at night, or when we eat our meal, it's not just only meat.
Yeah, exactly.
So, in order to do all of these things, in order to just sit and let somebody to tell you what to do, why not just go and do it when you have the ideas to do it, and when you know that this could happen at any time? The situation that is going on, my sister, is just getting out of hand. Do you
Yeah,
remember the last time when we were talking about building materials and the way it costs and everything?
yeah, the
That is
bricks
how it
and the
continues to
cement
go.
blocks and all that.
That's the same way it continues to go. It's just the same way that it continues to go. It doesn't. The situation doesn't come under control. It's just getting worse and worse and worse. So when a situation is getting like this, to a time that it's getting so much worse, into this kind of point, what we have to do is to go back to do what our ancestors were doing.
Yeah, plant our food. Oh,
In the days of our ancestors, they were having something that, our ancestors were having something that they call kambong. It was like a silo where they store food.
okay,
It was, made out of some grasses that they used to store food. So when you
okay.
see that there is no food in that particular, storage, that means the head of the family has run out of food, and that is a calamity. But during those days, there was never a way that they would not have food in that. So this is the days that
Wow,
we have to go back to. We have to go back into the system that we eat what we farm.
exactly.
Unfortunately, it's not everybody who will have the opportunity to do that. So
Well,
what we have to do is to just get prepared in whatever way we can.
well, I know my mom has, we have food, we plant food in our backyard. We have bananas, we have avocado, we got coconut tree.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, we do. Living in
The,
Florida, my mom,
the,
she
the, the,
she
the, the little piece of land that you have that you think you can use it to plant flowers that you can't eat, you should
plant.
rather use that to plant something that you can eat.
Yes,
Listen, if
Because
all of the farmers dead right now, young people in trouble.
poor people fed up.
Young people in trouble because young people, no, no, young people in trouble. My
Oh
generation
God,
in trouble.
they,
Generation
yeah,
after me in trouble.
wow, because they don't know how to farm.
No, and
you
they don't
see,
want to do anything. Okay, millennials are a little bit better. My generation, my age group, we're a little bit
Yes,
better. But the ones in their 20s and teenage years, oh God, they're doomed. If that's the next generation who's gonna lead us,
we're in
it's,
trouble.
it's
all they
happening
know is
everywhere.
TikTok.
Even here in Ghana, that is what is happening. Even here in Ghana, look, as a matter of fact, that is what is happening. But the differences is that all of these situations, that is happening with these children that you're talking about, like children who were born in the year 2000 up to date.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Children
sad.
who were born in the year 2000, just yesterday in the year 2000 up to date. You see these children, some of them, before you tell them that this is what it is, they will tell you that, oh, they already know what you're talking about. And all what they have to do is to just do what? Just keep hyping and hyping themselves. You
One
see
of
them even.
Mm-hmm.
doing certain things, and when you look at them, you'll be laughing in your heart, like you'll be saying, "Oh my God,
One of
what
the
is going?"
yeah,
Huh?
one of the people in the chat says, "Who's teaching us though?" You
But
know,
who wants to learn?
exactly,
They don't want to learn, Pharaoh. And I hear you, but these little kids don't want to learn.
and
Who is
exactly.
teaching them? Who is teaching them? They are teaching themselves.
They don't want to learn though. You can learn farming on YouTube. You can learn farming from an elder. You can
If if
volunteer.
if
You
if,
can do
if we
they
have
don't want to
to
do it. They want to be on
look,
TikTok.
if we have to follow the reality about this situation,
They
see,
want to be a rapper.
this
No, they want to be
this
on
chil-
TikTok
this
making TikToks.
these children that we're talking about, you see, they have the rights to do whatever they want to do. So and therefore, when they, as soon as they get to 18 years, then they see themselves as adults. Their parents doesn't have control over them again.
Hmm.
Whatever they want to do is what they do. When the parents say something, then it will be child abuse.
Yeah,
That will be
especially here in the West, you can't even. Let me tell you something. In the West, you can't even talk to a child. The police come in, they report you to the agencies and stuff like that, right? And
oh my.
that's why some Caribbean parents have to just ship them back home and then, kind of like tell them about themselves.
But you see, the whole thing is that even here,
Hi,
like
Chris.
um, see, even here, you see my younger children, like even my youngest son, when he is doing something which is not right, children, everything begins at home. That is where everything begins.
Mm-hmm.
Everything begins at home, especially to children who has grown up with both their mother and their father being together, and they grew up with both parents. With these children, when they have a problem, it is the parents that I blame. But we know with children that has grown up with maybe their mothers or maybe their fathers, their issue is different. But in all parts of this, you know homes that I'm talking about, everything begins as home. That's why they say that charity begins at home.
I was
Everything
just
begins at home.
I was just about to say that.
The reality about it is that, like, just like what you said. Oh my God, here is different. It's different here, because here, when my son goes out and do something which is not right, my next door neighbor can straighten him, like even not whipping him or doing anything that can harm him, but just talking to him. And
Hmm.
the child will not, my child will not take it like he has said something, or let's say do anything to disrespect me, or do anything bad to me, but just try to let me do the right thing. You understand?
Yeah.
It is still that we still live that kind of lifestyle here.
Hmm.
Even like me, like this, I never use cane to whip my children. I never use anything just to straighten up my child. It is my eyes that I use to watch them.
Exactly. And that's how I know growing up in the Caribbean, that's how we used to be. Like, if my mom
It,
goes to a store and we touch something, my mom will just look at us. You don't know not to
it,
touch
is,
anything.
it is
Yes.
just the
So,
body language that I like. My eyes, when I look at him, oh, he will know that, oh no,
yes.
the way my father is looking at me, I think there's something wrong. Then he will leave whatever he's doing. It's
So,
not something that is kind of a
mhm,
problem to me or him, but as long as he understands me and just leave whatever he's doing, that's fine. They will
yeah.
be fine again.
Okay.
Yeah,
So, Pharaoh is saying that I hear y'all, it's everywhere outside the home. But in the home, no one is teaching these things y'all are speaking of. I would say to Pharaoh, I've been living in America for a while, and one of the things is that you have a lot of single parent homes that most of the homes do not have dads. Okay, so you have mom who has a job and she is doing her best. She has to raise all the kids, and maybe she doesn't have time to teach these things because she's the only one running the household. She has two jobs, you know, gotta drop you off to school, gotta pick you guys up, maybe you aftercare, all those type of things. So they don't have that, like when I went to Ghana, you have that extended family kind of thing. So
Mhm.
like when I was growing up in the Caribbean, my grandparents lived like, maybe 2 minutes away. Like their homes are right here. My mom lived in the valley. My uncle is there. It was just like my family was there for me. But it's like what I see in America is that you have this woman, she's raising these children by herself. She is dad and she's mom, and she has to go out and work, and sometimes she has two jobs. She doesn't even have time maybe to do homework. Sometimes she doesn't even have time for herself. So it's probably kind of hard for her to kind of teach the things that she really needs to teach the children. So now the streets are probably going to teach you things, or maybe if you don't have, we don't have the neighbors either like we used to either here. Like sometimes I know when I was in the Caribbean, if my mom left us at home and I walked out that gate, my neighbor called my mom and like, yo, da 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 da. Da. We don't even have that in America anymore because you don't even know your neighbors. So I think what it is, we don't have the support, the family support anymore. So that's why a lot of people, younger people are just astray, and they don't have that family support. You know that, yeah.
And that is one thing that I talked about from this conversation about the generation that is following our back. I said this in this conversation. I said that to those of us at least who has crossed 30 and going into 40, and those who has crossed 40 and going into 50s, going down to 60s, our cases is different as compared to those who were just born in the year 2000, you know up to date. when,
Well,
when, when you take your time and make some analysis about what is going on with the upcoming generation, like children that were born around the year 2000 up to date, when you take your time and think about what is going on with them. Not all of them, some of them are very wise. Some of
mm-hmm.
them are very obedient and wise and doing the right thing. Some of them are even in some positions that even adults is not in. It's not every one of them who are into that position, but the majority of them is in what we are talking about. The
Yeah,
majority, those who are into that condition that we're talking about, is much more than those who are not into that position. And that is the worrying part of the situation.
yeah.
You see, in life, life is such life is such that when you pick up something for yourself, like when you decide, when you know that okay, this is fire, I'm gonna use my bare hands to pick up the fire. When you use your bare hands to pick up the fire and the fire is burning your hands, you can't give it to anyone. You have to handle the fire.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's the whole issue about this situation that we're talking about. When you see fire and you know that this is fire, and you believe that you can use your bare hands to pick up the fire and hold it in your hands, when you do that and the fire is burning your hands, you can't give it to anyone to handle it for you.
You gotta handle it yourself.
You have to handle it by yourself.
Yeah. But Prince Ayoko, with the situation here in the West, right? That a lot of
Mhm.
homes have been broken and that there are not many father figures. I mean, there are men that are actually out there trying to raise their kids and be a part of their kids' life. But because of the judicial system and how it's worked and how it has separated our families, right?
Mm-hmm.
How can we go about like restructuring our families here in the U.S., or because how do we bring back our men and back into the home so that, they can be fathers to their kids and we can raise our children together. Maybe we may not be together, but we can be co-parents, and so that we can, create an atmosphere for our children, with making sure that their grandparents are around, their aunties are around, their uncles are around. That supportive system is around for our children so that they can learn. I think that's what Pharaoh, brought up, and I think that's an excellent, excellent point.
Can I just add my 2 cents here?
Sure, go ahead, Shawnee.
I think that sometimes we have to hold ourselves accountable for things.
Mm-hmm.
It's not our fault because I come from a broken family, as you
Yes.
know, Wave.
Yes.
It's
Uh-huh.
not our fault that our families are like that, right? And I do think sometimes the community can be really bad for you, but it can also be a good thing. And I think that, like, there are a lot of big brother, little brother programs. There are a lot of people you can go to, or again, like I said, a program is a great place to start, and that you can go to get guidance and learn certain things. But you have to be willing. It starts with you. You get what I'm saying? If sorry, if you're not willing to take the first step, you can just sit here and you can just say, "Oh, I want to learn this or I want to do that." But if you're just sitting there and you're not taking the initiative, how are you
Mm-hmm.
ever going to learn? And I think there's a lot of ways to actually go about this. We're living in a generation of social media. Use it to the best of your advantage. Google
Mm-hmm.
things, talk to people. Sometimes you have to have a conversation with an older person. I love talking to old people all the time, because the stories that they can tell and the things I can learn from them. Wave, we're from 2 different generations, and I think you and I have a connection and we speak very well to each other.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I do think that sometimes we have to take that first step. Your family and your past does not define you. And your current situation is not the final destination. And I really truly believe that you can, you know, change and you can take that step in the right direction. you know you can, and it just really starts with you. And like I said, I've seen, I don't remember who they were, but I've seen a group of elder guys who would go around to high schools and have conversations with the young boys. you know there's people who's willing to teach,
Yes,
don't want to waste their time.
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? They just don't want to waste their time, and I think that's fair enough. I wouldn't want to mentor somebody who's not serious.
Exactly. You
So
know,
I think that's one way to look at it. I don't know what Prince Iokio has to say as a man because I'm not a man, but that's just my take on it. Because again, like I said, I come from a broken home, and I come from a mother who was not really a mother. I come from a mother who really cared about herself. Um, and I've found ways around that. I've surrounded myself with people who care for me, people who love me. When the student is ready, the teacher appears. And that's what I mean by taking the initiative. And look at Farrell. He's saying that that's why I'm here in the chat to make connections, blah blah blah. Right. So, like, again, you keep making these connections, you keep talking to people, you keep
mm-hmm.
what you put out into the atmosphere, you attract. So when you say things and you're very vocal, because there's power in the tongue, when you're very vocal about stuff and you're saying it and you're the right people, you will attract. If you go out on the road and you're miserable as hell all the time, you'll attract those kind of people.
You
And
will attract miserable people. Yes,
It's
you will.
true.
I'm telling you, I've learned that.
I'm
Okay.
laughing because I'm thinking of past experiences.
Yes,
It's true.
exactly.
So I
And
just
so,
really think that,
yeah,
here
and
in the US,
Uh,
I
my 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 sisters,
of
you
course.
know, uh when you all ask Sister Wave, she will tell you exactly who I am. Like I'm very strict. I'm very, 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 very strict.
Yes, he is.
Even my own children, I don't spare them when they do things that I think it will not help them. Like I don't, I'm not kind of acting violence on them or like
Mhm.
beating them up or whipping them.
He
But
doesn't.
it's like what I think is not right, I don't accept it. Especially something that I know would not be good for my children. When they
Mhm.
start to do it, I don't accept it. Because when I allow them to do it, when they have a problem tomorrow, I would have to be in the deeper part of the problem, not them.
Yeah.
As a parent, when they have a problem tomorrow, I would have to be in the deeper part of the problem because they will be looking at me as their father.
Yes.
They will be looking at me to get them out of the problem. Meanwhile, they have created it for themselves. I did not tell them to get into the problem.
Yeah.
So, you see, in this situation, when I'm going to talk about this, like from the man's perspective, you see, first of all, uh, marriage is a teamwork.
It,
Marriage is a teamwork that involves a man and a woman to live. Even when it takes a man and a woman to have children and they are not able to get settled and get separated, it still takes the two of them to take care of the children. But it depends on the society. If, let's say, the man has to take care of the children, then the man has to take care of them. If the woman has to do that, the woman has to do that. But the whole situation about the differences is that you see way back at where you are, it's not exactly as it is here. The way it works at where you are, that is not how it works here. Just like
mhm.
Sister Wave said, here here we live as an extended family system. I have my brothers, I have my sisters, they can take care of my children. I have my uncles, I have my maternal family, I have my paternal family. All of them can take care of my children. Even when I'm still alive, even when I'm still there with my wife and we are not separated, all of these people can still take care of my children. That is, helping me to bring up the children. But in a society where the child has the right to do whatever he wants to do with the parents, that is different.
Mhm. Exactly. Pharaoh
So
says,
at this point, it is the all of this situation depends on the children who are growing up, who are kind of listening to whatever we're saying.
mhm,
What we are saying at this time, when it doesn't have to do anything with us when they get affected, but then still it will affect us because we are looking up to them. It's just like when a parent give birth to, like when a mother give birth to a daughter or a son. Like when a mother give birth to a child, the mother has did whatever he can to bring the child forth into this world.
mhm.
So what the child has to also do is to do whatever he can do or she can do to take care of the mother when the mother become old.
Yeah. Yeah. I think what,
But
because
in reality, you see, in reality, it doesn't work like that over there.
no, it doesn't work because when you get old, they throw you in old people's home,
nursing home.
in a no nursing home. That's what they do. It's like I couldn't see myself. I live with my mom right now. I couldn't see myself putting my mom in a nursing home. I would prefer, like, I always tell my mom, I say, I would love you to go to Ghana with me. And the reason why is I think that if my mom was to live in Ghana, and she, I would get so much help with my mom because it's affordable for me to hire somebody to come to the house and take care of my mom, even though she can do certain things and stuff, and I can pay the person to do that. Whereas even with childcare, as Prince Ayoko was talking about, you don't have to worry about someone taking care of your child because you have a lot of the women in the family are home, so they're taking care of the children and everything. The men go out to 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 work and everything to take care of the household and stuff like that. So over here in the West, women have to worry about daycare, um, so many things. They wear so many hats. It's like, and by the time they look, the kids are grown up and everything, they have lived half their lives just, you know, taking care of everyone but themselves. And then at the end of it, your child puts you in a nursing home.
You know what I think, and this may rub people the wrong way.
Yeah, go ahead,
Um,
Dolly.
I think that sometimes, number one, you shouldn't sleep with someone you can't see yourself having a child with. And
Correct. I say that all the time.
number two, you have to be careful with who you procreate with. And obviously you can't change the past. You're here if you're here. But I think if a lot of people moving forward, which people never seem to learn,
Hmm.
and I'm 32. Let me just put that out there. I've never been pregnant, never had a child, and I'm just putting that out there. You know, I know how important it is to not put yourself in a certain situation and to not want just a mess. A child didn't ask to be here. And I think that um, some people sometimes they just do some things, and I'm not saying that fathers who are single fathers or single mothers do it to themselves, but I absolutely do think that sometimes we just have to be a bit more careful. um we just have to be more careful. I think people need to actually you know cherish their energy and allowing whomever a lot of people need healing. That's number one. I think all people need to go see a therapist. I've been very vocal about
Um,
therapy and talking to someone.
Pharaoh asks a question.
Yes, he
Yeah,
That
let
did.
me
what
finish what I was saying.
happens?
Hold on, let me finish what I was saying. Like, I think that a lot of people need healing. That's number one.
Hmm.
Um, and definitely with healing, you'll be a better person and you'll learn how to deal and adapt to certain situations. But um, yeah, that's pretty much all I had to say. And it was regards to what Wade was talking about. But definitely, some people, again, it's not a blame game, and I don't blame anybody for any situation that they're in. I just do think that, if people were careful and choosing partners and, like, not because you're lonely means or you want to trap somebody, because I think a lot of people trap people, and they have a kid because they think it'll hold that person. It never works that way. It maybe used to work back in the days. It doesn't work now. Um,
I also wanted to say that, Farrah is saying there is too much blame in my opinion. I am not blaming. I'm asking about a reasonable and realistic solution and resolutions to help change what we're speaking about now as the problem. One of the things that I personally feel that in any problem or anything like that, because I think it starts with you in breaking the cycle. And I think, like, okay, if I say for instance, I was raised in a single family home, maybe by breaking the cycle, like like Shawnee was saying, like, you kind of have to know who you're going to have children with, and if you want to start a family and stuff like that. Things do happen, but I would break the cycle because I know the struggles that my mom went through or the person went through. So I would not want that for my children. So there, I would have to be with someone that wants these same things, that wants a family, that wants to raise that family. And so that is my way of breaking this cycle. So that means you can break the cycle and start afresh, a new beginning, start a new community. So that means there will be the family support that the children need and everything like that, and there will be a continuation of that. So you will instill that into your children, you know, and stuff like that. So that is just my solution. I do think that in a lot of things we have to stop the blaming game, and we need to break the cycle, start anew, and start building our communities back again. And that's the only way I can think about doing that. You know what I'm saying? Because if you keep repeating the same cycle, our communities will remain the same and our children will continue going astray. So that is my solution. I don't know, Prince, are
Let
you
me tell
okay?
you something.
Yeah.
Sorry. Let me tell you something. You see, I've been very vocal again about my family and my upbringing.
Hmm.
I used to walk around and talk about how my mother was this and my mother was that and how she never did this and that's not no way to treat your child and it doesn't matter. The past 2 years I had to tell myself it's not her fault because she came from a mother who treated her a certain way. She came from a
Exactly.
mother who her mother treated her a certain way and the cycle goes
Ex-
back. I heard 3 generations, 4 generations, and when I heard her talking, something went off on my head and I said, you know what, now I hold on, wait a minute, I don't have to
mhm,
sit here like I told Wave earlier, well, yesterday,
mhm.
I don't have to sit here and deal with anything I don't want to deal with from my mother if I don't want to, because I'm protecting my peace and my energy. However, I have to tell myself and realize that she's been through trauma and she needs healing. She has not told herself or figured out that she needs healing yet. I know she does, but she will never get healing unless she does it. So, with that being said, I know that when I have a daughter or a son, I'm going to love that child and I'm going to do the things that I wanted for myself, and I'm going to break those cycles that I felt was happening with my mother. I would never, I you guys were talking about beating earlier. Not beating, but you were talking about discipline and your parents would just give you the look. I don't even believe in disciplining a child as in beating. It doesn't
No.
work. What you do, and I've tried to teach my brother this, who's older than me, one of my brothers. I told him, your son loves basketball. You have to take basketball away from him in order for him to act right. If he's not acting right, you tell him no basketball practice. He's not going to his game. He can't play the Xbox. You have to take things away from him that he loves. You slapping him and kicking him, punching him is only going to cause resentment, and he's going to hate you, you know. And I think a lot of parents, I see a lot of parents, I see my generation doing better. I see a lot of us not wanting to beat our children. I see that in my generation, and they try not to be so angry because anger is something that's passed down. Our parents were always yelling and screaming at us, and we learned that. So now when we have a child or something, we scream and we learn because that's what we learn. Or did I give you something to cry about? We pass that down because that's what we were told. You know,
Yes.
so
Hmm.
you have to want to be different, and people will look at you wrong because you're going against the norm. It's not the norm. It's dysfunctional. And again, it starts with healing, and you just have to recognize for yourself what you went through. It first, admit it, say it out loud if you have to. Be in
Hmm.
your house by yourself, your car, speak the issue out, and acknowledge that this is the problem, and then you find ways and figure out how to break it. I hope I'm making sense, you know. And it
Absolutely.
takes time. It takes time, and that's what I'm saying. You have to know what's wrong first in order to break a cycle. How are you going to break the cycle if you don't know what's wrong?
Exactly. You have to identify what is the problem, and then you
Acknowledge
have,
it.
yes, you have to acknowledge it, and then you have to start your journey of breaking this cycle. Nobody says it's going to be easy, but you have to try it because that's the only way you're going to get through. You're going to get
I'm
through it.
telling you guys.
Yeah. Prince Ayoka, what's your take on
I know
it?
we've been talking, 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 and
I
he's just
know
looking at
it's
us.
just like it's just chilling like him in Jamaica
He's like, they just
somewhere.
keep talking and
let's
talking.
let's let's try to have some small fun. Sometimes when you put so much into people's head, it makes them overthink.
Yes, yes, yes.
All right, so this is the reality. The reality is that, you see, when people refuse to know who they are, they will never get to where they are going. Like when you refuse to be who you are, you will still be going astray. The reality about this situation is that no one in life want to have, a very bad future. Everyone want to have a good future, right? Everyone in life wants to grow up to be, to have a very good future. No one plans to fail in life. Everyone wants to have a very good and brighter future.
Mhm.
That is what we have, something that we call common sense. That one is up to you. Everyone has the right to decide their own destiny. So as children, even when a child is growing up, when a child grow up to be at a certain age, they will start to think about themselves and who they want to be in the future. And it doesn't sometimes, you see, parents has a way of how they bring up their children, but then the children also have, something that they also want to be. They also have, personally, children have what they think they want to be in the future.
Mhm.
So at this point, to my point of view, what I think that we should do to break all of these cycles that we're talking about is for us, for all of us, we the parents as well as the children themselves, has to take a look at what is going on again and just take things easy and think about what we can do, both we the adults as well as, these children that
Exactly.
we're talking about. Whatever you think that you is best for you to do, that can make you have a very good future. That is what is best for you to do. Else, if you are focused on looking at somebody to straighten you up, whilst you don't want to straighten up yourself,
Exactly.
it's highly impossible. First of all, you have to know where you're going. You see, you can't be coming from Ghana, like you can't be from the US coming to Ghana and then you go and book a ticket to go to Ethiopia whilst you are coming to Ghana. If you want to come to Ghana like from the US and then you go and book a ticket, let's say you have a visa to come to Ghana and then you go and book a ticket to go to Ethiopia, where do you think you are going? You are getting lost.
Exactly.
So the best thing that, we all have to do is to just take our time, think about what we're doing, think about the reality, think
Mhm.
about what can be beneficial to us, think about what, we can do to make to bridge the gap and to break the cycle. It's not about violence, it's not about parents beating up their children, it's not about parents maltreating their children or whatever. But
Yeah.
at some point, As a child, when you become a teenager, when you become an adult, as long as you get to 18 years, you are gradually becoming an adult. At that age, you'll be expecting to, like, whatever it is, you'll be expecting to start to have children from 18, 19, 20 upwards. You can have a child at any time. Either you are a man or a woman, you can have a child at any time. But then if you are not prepared to have a child and you have a child, what do you think is happening? The situation will be getting worse. So the
Mm-hmm.
reality is that it is not only parents or this kind of conversation that will straighten them up, but it's just like everybody is their personal manager. Sister Wing is her own personal manager. She manages her life. Sister Shoni manages her life, and I manage my life. I
Mm-hmm.
can't be here expecting someone to come and just manage my life for me, whilst I already
Absolutely.
have plans as to how I want to live my life.
Mm-hmm.
But in everything that we do, there's one thing that we have to remind ourselves all the time. You see, when this year is 2022, right?
Mm-hmm.
Next year will be 2023.
Hey.
So if a person is 20 years this year, next year the person will be 21 years. The more you celebrate your birthdays, the more you get older. Where do you think you are going? You are gradually getting there. Like in this conversation, Sister Wave said that in some parts of the West, I wouldn't have to make it general, but I'm just going to say this. Older people's, they have to pay for people to take care of older people's. It's just like you, the one that is younger today. When you are getting old, where are you going? But there are some older people, they don't take care of them. They live by themselves. How did they manage to do that? How did they manage to live that life? They have, programmed that for themselves. They have planned that for themselves. And that is why they have that capability. So life is all about how you live it and how you make it and how you choose it for yourself. Though we know it is hard, it's not easy, especially in some
Mm-hmm.
societies, it's not easy. But the best thing that you have to do is to also think about yourself and your well being. As long as
Exactly.
the journey that you embarking on in your life. Life is a journey. Life is not just on a daily basis thing. Life is a journey. As we are all talking about right now, we all want to grow old. No one wants to die younger, right? We all want to grow old, and we all want to reach a certain stage in life and still live a good life, even when we become old.
Yeah.
So the best thing that we have to do is to think about our well-being. Look, no one, quite apart from people that is having kind of mental problem, quite apart from these people that has mental disabilities, it's only this kind of people that we can say that they need this kind of conversation, like this kind of help. But for someone who doesn't have a mental disorder, at least when you are able to reason up, just at least just take some, no matter how the situation is, at some point just take your time, get settled, and think about yourself again.
Mm-hmm.
You will come to realize that, oh, no one has to tell me to live this kind of lifestyle that can help me. I can help myself.
Yes, you can make that change.
Because when you get to a certain point that you cannot help yourself again, that is when you fall into that trap. And that is the baddest trap. So and therefore, at some point, we should, uh, once we are living life, doing everything that we're doing, sometimes when people are young, they have so much influences that makes them to live some life that they are not supposed to live, but they don't know it. They don't see it coming until it's too late. And when it's too late, it's too late.
Yeah,
Life doesn't go reverse. You see, life, as humans, our life doesn't go reverse. It moves forward. And once our life moves forward, that means that we are aging. When
yeah,
our life is moving forward, it means that we are aging. We are gradually growing old. And when we are growing old, where are we going? We are growing to become old. From the old, then we die.
exactly.
So, and therefore, we should make sure that we live a life say that even in the future, if you don't have anyone to take care of yourself whilst you are old, at least the life that you've lived in the past can still help you to have a good life.
Yeah.
I wanted to add something if I can. Two
Yes.
things. Um, the first one is really short. I had a conversation with my significant other, and Wave can attest to this because I said it to her. Um, we're both young people, and we had a conversation, and the conversation consisted of us basically talking about how you see young people, y'all are we I say I'm saying y'all, but I'm a young person. We're supposed to get along, you know? And I'm saying this, if anybody's in the chat in a relationship, don't arguments will happen, but young people, you guys shouldn't be with someone where you're spending most of your time arguing and disagreeing. If that's happening, get out of it now. Um but you're supposed to want to build with each other. You know, I'm a firm believer of that. The second thing I wanted to say was just kind of piggybacking off of what Prince Ayoko said. Um, Death is certain, and I've said this to Wave too.
Yeah, we talked
Death,
about that today.
death is certain. And the one thing I told Wave is that I live my life a certain way. And I explained to her how I live my life and certain things I do.
Hmm.
I live my life that no one can wake up and say that me and Shawnee has beef. Me and Shawnee has animosity towards each other.
Hmm.
Oh, Shawnee is a gossiper. I live my life that, God forbid, when my time calls, I can leave and people can remember me by a certain way and not know that, and remember me for the ways that I carried myself and how I act and the things that I believed in. And as I'm saying this, I get chills because, again, like I said, death is certain. We're all going to go one day, God forbid. We're all
Hmm.
going to go one day, but you have the power to change what is happening right now. You cannot
Exactly.
change anyone else. You understand? You can't change anyone else. You are only responsible for you. And if you have to get rid of some people, like let's say you're the center, the seed of the onion, the very center, and people around you are the layers. You understand? If you have to get rid of some of those layers to live a more peaceful, happier life, then
Mhm.
you do that because that seed is you. And you have to really understand that you're only responsible for you. Guys, trust me out. And I'm saying this because Wave knows, Wave knows I've been on this journey. And Wave knows that I have really been practicing some stuff and, really she
Yeah.
knows. She knows. And honestly, guys, like I said, you have to surround yourself with people that are going to make you feel good, people who are compatible with the you today. Yesterday Shawnee is not today's Shawnee. You understand that?
Exactly.
Like how people say yesterday's price
Yes,
is not today's
Pharaoh.
price. Yesterday's Shawnee is not today's Shawnee. You understand me? If something happened yesterday that I was, I disapproved of, better
Mhm.
believe it ain't never going to happen again, because I'm going to make sure I took note of that and say, this will never happen again. I will find a plan to put into action and do the things that I need to do. But I mean it when I say that. You're the little tiny seed. It doesn't matter if it's a tiny onion because there's small ones. You're the seed in the middle of that onion, and everyone else around you are those layers. Onions have a lot of layers. You understand? Peel them off, guys. Do not leave this world with burden, with stress, with issues unresolved,
Or
with
hatred.
wondering what if, with hatred, with
Mhm.
and like I said to my significant other, let's if we have to argue, let's save it for when we done built that life together and we're old and we're 90 years old bickering. If we have to argue. But right now I'm not arguing. I don't want to argue with you. Um,
Yeah.
I want us to respect each other. I want us to enjoy each other. And like I said, remember death is certain. So you guys have to realize what you want and make it happen. Do not say, "Oh, for the new year I'll do this." No, you'll do it right now.
Right
We're
now,
not
because
waiting for
tomorrow
New
is
Year's
not
resolution.
guaranteed.
What
Yeah.
we're not waiting until 2023 to start something. You understand? We're starting things right now. If you're dealing with something, or that you're unsure of, or something is bothering you, as we get off of this live, it got to go. You have
Yes.
to peel that layer off. Like, you guys really have to take this serious, and I'm telling you, like, we keep some people in our lives longer than they should be there. I know from experience. We keep people
Tell me,
in our lives
honey.
longer than they should be there. And then you're wondering why you're arguing with this person, or you're cursing at this person, you're taking this person's crap. You could have stopped taking that crap a year ago. You could have stopped arguing a year ago. You sat there and wanted to keep dealing with it. You do not have to deal with anything you don't want to do. Now, I'm saying that about you. Just know that that goes for other people. They don't have to deal with anything they don't want to do. If there's a friend that's no longer serving you, cut them off. If there's a job that you feel is no longer serving you, find
Cut
another
it off.
one. If you want to get up and travel, do it. Anything you want to do, you are in control of this life. For as long as you have breath in that body, you are in control of what's happening right now. And I'm telling you this, and don't live carelessly. And it ain't no carpe diem. No, live a life that when you're gone, God forbid, people will say, man, that person was a great person. That person was blessed. That person was so motivating. I'm going to miss that person for this. And people will just, feel it that way. That's how you should want to live your life. And I just wanted to kind of share that, because just, I've said it so many times, right? And I keep saying death is certain. Play that in your head. So that's the reminder that you need, and the encouragement that you need to do better and change things.
Great. And I do believe in that too, because I've told this many times, right? When you're in your younger days, you have all these people that surround you, right? So I always heard the elders say, when you get older, you're going to have less friends. And now I'm in my 50s, I understand what they meant. Like Shawnee says, you have to peel those onions, and I peeled so many of those onions. Some of them even are family members, you
Yeah,
know,
you have to do what you have
because
to
you
do.
have people that try to tell you how to live your life, how to make decisions for your own self. And you're the younger you just think that, okay, you just did it because you respected that person probably was a little older than you, so but you never really actually think for yourself until when I reached my 30s. I said to myself, there's more to life than this. I got to know myself in my 30s. So when I reached 40, I actually I arrived. So I started to know who I was internally, spiritually. I got to know who I was. Yes. And that's what you have to take time for yourselves. Don't allow anybody to tell you who you are, because your true self lies in here. It speaks to you each and every day. You know what I'm saying? So when you hear someone like Prince Ayoko speaking, it's like, it's words of wisdom, it's experience, and I got to meet him in Ghana, like I said, and we've talked about things like this. And you know, um, like Pharaoh, when you were saying that, what solutions, the solution lies within you. You just have to be ready to change,
I've seen Chris in
you
the
know?
chat saying he's ready to teach anyone who's willing to
Yes,
be a student. There's
yes,
a person you can connect with right there. Chris in the chat has been saying it all
yes,
night.
Pharaoh. There are people here. Connect with Chris. Chris comes here all the time. Great brother, man. I'm telling you.
He said the teacher appears when the student is ready. Chris has been saying it all night
Oh
in
my.
this chat.
It's right there, Pharaoh. That's your connection. You just connect with people. The change is in you. All right? It's in me. It's in Shawnee. It's in Prince Ayoko.
And
Yeah.
you see there's one thing again that contributes so much into these problems, and that is peer pressure. Peer pressure is, it contributes so much into this kind of situations. Sometimes the people you mingle with also has to deal with these issues, especially to, oh, serious. As a matter of fact, peer pressure contributes so much into this. Sometimes there is some kind of lifestyle that you don't want to live, but for the fact that maybe you have a friend that live a kind of lifestyle that you don't actually like, but you still want to be with the friend, either your girlfriend or either maybe like your boyfriend, or either let's say like if you are a man and you have a friend that you live with, it could even be your childhood friend or whatever friend that you have. you know like Sister Wave said, she said that she even peel off these people, even family members. Like, there are some people, that is what we mean by peer pressure. Like, they really want you to live a kind of lifestyle that they want to live, whilst you are not ready to live that lifestyle, or
Mm-hmm.
whilst you are not ready to do that in your life. So all of these things, we have to consider all of these things when we are trying to you know break the cycle, like try to make these changes in our lives.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm saying, like, you see, when someone tell you to do something and you do it, at the end of the day, when there's a problem, the problem is your problem, not the person's problem.
Exactly.
You are,
But
yeah,
They gonna ask,
yeah,
why did you listen?
yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
That
Like,
is why sometimes,
so
um, it's good to, when people come with their problems, you just listen. If they ask you your opinion, then you might voice your opinion. But if they don't ask you for your opinion, you just listen. You
yeah,
know,
Because
yeah,
sometimes people just want someone to listen.
yeah. So the whole, you see, the final comments that I'm gonna make about this situation is,
yeah.
everybody should
We've been on
focus
for
on
3 hours.
themselves and on their journey. Each and everyone should focus, more about themselves and on their journey. Because the reality is that when you focus on yourself and you become successful, hopefully, your upbringing, that is your children, they might also become successful based on what you achieve. But when you fail to become successful in life, not to be rich, It is not only riches that makes a person successful. You might have all the riches in the world, but you don't have that morals to live a good life. So it is not only money that makes a person successful, but then what the kind of lifestyle that you live that makes you rich. Riches is not all about what you possess in your pockets or in your bank accounts, but riches is what you have in your head and in your heart that makes you rich. So and therefore, let's all try to think about where we are going and think about the life that we are living. If there's some amendments that we have to make, then we do it. If there's some changes, then we try to start to do that. Like Sister Shirley said, we should start to do that now. You shouldn't wait till tomorrow for you to do it. When you wait till tomorrow, maybe you fail to do it tomorrow, then you promise yourself the next day. Then you continue to be in that same kind of, I'll do that tomorrow, I'll do that tomorrow next. Before you realize, you are just falling and falling and falling and falling every day, not knowing you are falling. Before you realize, it gets worse. There wouldn't be any solution again. That is where you will see that everything will be messed up. So I hope and pray that everybody will would go into the right path. And I hope and pray that the changes will come. It doesn't have to take a rush, but just think about it personally. Everybody should personally take that and then go and sleep. Just go and sleep with this conversation that we had.
Yes.
Just have a deep thought about it and try to think about it. Even if not tonight, just go and think about it. Whatever is right for you to do, you would come out with the same results that you think you want. But we are not telling you to take that by force. But just take it and then go and sleep with it. When you think it's good for you, then it's good for all of us. Whatever it is for you. Whatever it is for me. Whatever I share with you, I'm just sharing it with you. Either you take it or not, I'm here. You are there. His sister Wave is there. Everyone is at her corner. You see how it
Yes.
is. So it doesn't take anyone to take something by force, but think about yourself first. Think about how you want to live.
Yeah.
But then we all pray that life will be good for all of us so that tomorrow when we meet, we'll be smiling. We will not be having
Exactly.
kind of sad, like feeling sad for each other. We should be able to, even if we are not able to meet, but at least if we have this kind of conversation again in the future, it will be happiness. Oh, we can remember that we were having this conversation. At least one person or two, a couple of people from this chat should be able to say, "Oh, the last time or last year at this time when we had this conversation, this is the changes that it has brought into my life." Yeah, the whole thing is not about the number of people who listen to what we said. It is the number of people who takes it to work.
Yes.
That is the most important thing about the message. It is not all about the audience, but it's about who listens to it and use that to work.
I say that all the time.
It's simple. It is just simple. So thank you all for your time. Till we meet again. Hopefully
Ah,
in the future, maybe I'll be back again because Sister Wave, I'm just going to start my work like that. So
I know I had a rooster
yeah,
crowing. Oh,
yeah,
yes.
yeah. So
Prince Ayoko. Yes. Let me just write his name. You can
you all should have a wonderful night and I wish you all the best. I pray that the changes will come soon.
Yes, guys, just want to say thank you
Thank
to
you so
Prince
much.
Ayoko. He's a very special
God
friend.
bless.
And,
Yeah,
he always, anytime he's on your channel, trust me, words of wisdom, words of wisdom. And I just hope that, this conversation that we had on, I mean, we've been on here like 3.5 hours, and it's been a great conversation. I hope you guys took something away from it. Shawnee, thank you so much. Your contribution in this conversation was remarkable,
this our Sister Shirley has
very
made some
inspiring.
inputs. Thank you so
Yes,
much for that.
yes.
Yeah,
I mean, we
make
have
some.
I tell people we have a lot of work to do. Yes, we need to start with self. And then once we start with self, then we can just start, spreading our wings into the community and start healing the community. You know what I'm saying? Thank you so much, Chris. Prince Ayoko, he does have a channel. You can go ahead and put him in the search engine. And let me tell you, you will learn so much about Ghana and the culture and all of that. He even have a show where he plays reggae music.
He
Um,
loves Jamaica.
he loves Jamaica. He
Guys,
loves
let me say
Jamaican
this. This
music.
is the first time I'm actually speaking to him, but I've known
Yeah.
him about him for like
Oh
years.
yeah, as a matter of fact, as you can see my Jamaican colors.
Jamaican flag,
Yes.
yay!
Right?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Prince Ayoko is
So
yeah. So
let
He
me
some
needs
see
to
you
I
make
don't
guys.
know
his
if
way
he
to
still
Jamaica.
I don't know if he still does it, but we used to have this night where he plays reggae music, and we used to have so much fun. So you guys go on his channel and connect with him and
As a
everything
matter
like
of
that.
fact,
It's a pretty good
I was
channel.
gonna do that. I was gonna do that yesterday, Mother's Day, but time couldn't permit me. But hopefully, I'll get time to come out with some reggae music night.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's remarkable. Yeah, and when you meet him in person, it's the same person. Is
yeah.
I mean, same personality, very hospitable. He took us all over Tamale, and we had a great time, and I really, really enjoyed it. And I really enjoyed your company tonight, Prince Ayoko and Shawnee. All right,
Yes.
don't feel
Yeah.
like a stranger. You're invited to my home anytime. All right. And also, Pharaoh is saying, thank you, Prince, Shawnee, and Wave. A very great chat. I'm glad you enjoyed, Pharaoh. Also, keeping
Blessings.
up with
Blessings.
Queen Eva from Ghana. Thank you for joining us here. Chris, as always, Chris follows your channel, Prince Ayoko. I've seen him on there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he does. Chris Clever Crafts. Yes, I've seen him on your chat. Yeah, I've seen him. Yeah. Am I right or
Yeah.
wrong, Chris? Oh my God. Everyone was just enjoying this. We also had Janine earlier, SA, Embry Family, House of X, Steve Gilmore, Party of
Shine.
One TV. Thank
The
you
family
guys.
is big, you know. The family is big. The family is so big.
Yes,
Everyone is a family member.
exactly. We just have to connect, 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 connect.
Yes, the family is
Yes,
big. That's what I always say. Like the
yes.
family is big. Yeah. So this is what we have to hold tight. You know,
Oh,
we
well,
just
then
have to
there's another
hold it.
Chris that follows you then, because I know I saw a Chris in there. I thought it was this Chris. Okay. He said
Yeah.
he got you. All right. So, guys,
Uh,
Pharaoh, everybody, please connect with each
And,
other.
and, and, and most especially to people who love agriculture, they're gonna learn so much.
Yeah, and he's building his Queen's Guest House up there in Tamale. So if you go to Ghana and you go to northern Ghana, you have a place to stay. It's brand new. Yes,
Yeah,
of course. All
yeah.
right. So everyone have a great evening.
All right.
Thank you so
You
much for
too.
joining us here
Yes.
on Love to Travel with
Nice.
Wade.
Yeah.
And I had a
Surely,
great
Sister
time.
Wave, good night to you all.
Have a good night.
Enjoy the
Good
rest of the night.
Bye,
morning.
everyone.
Bye, guys.
Yeah, blessings.
All right. Blessing. Peace. We're out. Yes. Good evening. Have a great evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us here on Love to Travel with Wade.